friends? Hopefully good, hopefully good. Oh my good gracious. Happy Monday, long time no see. Oh my god, it's been a week. Yo, One Piece, you were the first one. It is true, tis true, tis true. Congratulations, awards for you, my friend, awards for you. Yo, face, I'll do. Still so cool, Hey, hello there. And, I'm doing great, man. I'm living La Vida Loca. I saw Barbenheimer. It's all I wanted and more. It was so good. It was such a fun time. It was a great night. Who knew? Going out with friends on a Friday night. Who could have thought? I mean, you know, it's not quite on par with streaming. I mean, clearly. Oh my god. But no, it was good. I had a blast. It was super fun. The weekend had just been lovely. It was a good time. But I missed it. It feels, I got the itch. It feels like it's been too long. Oh my god. A whole 7 days and no nap stream? That's devastating right there. It's bad for the economy. Oh my god. I'm currently enjoying some enchiladas with my god, I'd kill a man for that. Do you understand me? I would kill a man for that. In a video game, of course. Just, you know, anybody asks otherwise. I mean, I obviously meant within a video game, but my god. The nap his friends. Oh, come on! I'm super hungry right now. Oh man, I know, right? I love the Barbie movie. It was so good. I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I highly recommend it. Is it worth seeing for someone that likes history? Oh, I mean, I don't think you have to like history to watch it, but I mean, if you do like history, then I think it's absolutely worth watching. I think it's a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed Oppenheimer. Yo, Jay! I'll do. Hopefully good. Oh my god. How you been? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the cows? I saw you posted some recently. They were adorable. Oh my god. It's not even really a word. Adorable. They were adorable. Hey Nap, what does 1001 cool jokes do? Means you get to choose. You choose it. Then you give me a number between 1 and 1001. And then, buddy boy, I pull out this bad boy, this 1001 cool jokes book that I found in a box. And I tell you, one of these absolutely great what copyright year is this? Copyright 2002, just sick books. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, sorry, copyright 2004. Copyright 2004. Original publication date 2002. My mistake. Well, what piece? You gotta give me a number now. No, but will it make me mad since I know the actual events pretty well? I don't think so. I mean, it's certainly like, I mean, it's a dramatic piece, so it's arguably trying to present views from like, it's taking Oppenheimer's perspective on his own life in some regards. Which in and of itself, I think, is worthwhile as like a movie. I think that makes things even more interesting because then you're looking at things through the lens of the individual's personal opinions. You know what I mean? Choose number 420. Oh my god, a classic. I trust your judgment. I might legally watch it from my movie theater in my bedroom. Yes, of course. Grabbing food movie back. Surely should think that. Wait, Pink, wait a minute. No, wait, Pink. Oh, rip, I had something. Oh, well, alas, where is it? No, I'm in the 300s. Sweet Jesus. Knock. Who's there? Bacon who? Baking a cake for your birthday. Oh, I never said the jokes were good. I never said the jokes were good. I never once said that these were good jokes. That is number joke 420. Oh, good God. That one was just bad. Oh my god, another one. Oh, sweet Jesus. It's actually kind of fun. No, it's not. Don't lie to yourself. On that one. Cows are like pretty great, but in about 2 weeks I'm gonna hang out with a whole Hidalgo. Oh wait, no, what was the Matt Damon movie? Spirit. My god, number 1,000. Whoa. Nap, I think Nap is the only man I will allow to say anything about the Barbie movie. Thanks. I don't know. Ryan Gosling probably could say something. He's Ken after all. I was hoping he's you know, he's just Ken. I've had that song stuck in my head for so long now. Number 1,000. A little old lady saw a boy with a fishing rod over his shoulder and a jar of tadpoles in his hand, walking through the park one Sunday morning. "Young man," she said, "don't you know you shouldn't go fishing on a Sunday?" "I'm not going fishing, missus," he calls back. "I'm going home." What? What's the joke here? What? What's the joke here? What? What's the joke? Wait, a little old lady saw a boy with a fishing rod over his shoulder and a jar of tadpoles in his hand, walking through the park one Sunday morning. "Young man," she said, "don't you know you shouldn't go fishing on a Sunday?" "I'm not going fishing, missus. I'm going home." I guess, oh, he's done fishing. He's not going anymore. He's like, oh, I'm already done. I guess that's the joke. All right. Well, they're not all good. They're not all good, man. Oh my god. Good old man. Sir, absolutely not. Poggers. Gumbo, dude, what's up, man? Oh my god. Thank you so much for 22. And then 2-3 again. Sweet Jesus, man. Calm yourself, Gumbo. My god. Hey, dude, I hope you've been well. Hope life's been treating you well, man. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll admit, for like number 420 was an absolutely better joke. My god, was an absolutely far superior joke. I mean, I don't know what I expected. Maybe something about bushy eyebrows, but it was a lot better than 1,000. Was the worst joke I've ever heard. Hey, I know. What do you mean? No offense. I didn't write the book. Oh my god. We're stopping 2-3. Totally understandable, dude. Don't feel like you gotta. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely appreciate it, but never feel like you're obligated to do so. Oh my good gracious. How you been, man? How's life been treating you? Hopefully well. I'm gonna jump right in. You should write a book? No. I refuse. Wait, do you mean a joke book or just like a book, like just publish my own, I don't know, version of Dune? Like, what do you mean? Hey, yo, Caleb, dude, what's up, man? What do you mean Nap wrote every book in the world? True. I am the author. I am the author of every single book, and my intent matters for all of them. My authorial intent. I'd buy it. I mean, technically I am, but it'll never see publication. But technically I am writing a book, but that's more just a me thing. That's more just a working on writing thing rather than a pursuit of like actually publishing a book. But my good gracious, it's a fun little thing. It's a fun little thing to do with your time on a rainy day. Oh my god. Speaking of doing great, can't wait for Friday. Exactly. For those who don't know, this Friday will be our world building stream, which is it was a sub goal where chat occasionally does this sub goal to get a stream where the whole thing's dedicated to a world map that we've built out. And we're slowly building out kind of like what factions exist, etc., and doing a whole world building stream on kind of I don't know, my process of world building, but it's collaborative because I want chat's input as we slowly build and change and alter things, and we decide things from cultures to regions to like what kind of specific structures are in these areas. Are there cities, towns, villages? It's very Dungeons and Dragons, but you know, the planning part. It's a real fun time. I've enjoyed it. The last stream that we did for that was super fun, so I'm excited. Oh my good gracious. Just straight up says no. Oh man, I've been chilling and doing fun things. This time next week will be my first day at med school. Hey yo! orientation, huge pog. Man's actually, I don't know why my voice broke there. A huge pog. Huge pog. Man's absolutely crushing it with the med school. I was actually about to ask. I was gonna say, yeah, I wasn't sure if you had gotten along into it or not yet, or if you were still working your way towards the orientation part of it. But sick. Oh my god. I mean, I'm sure that's gonna that would be the death of me. I guarantee you this. Med school would be the death of me for workload. I'm pretty sure I would collapse. I would collapse, not unlike a hysterical 1800s woman who's had far too much arsenic laced into her tea that she's just been sipping away at because it was fashionable and they didn't realize arsenic is not something you may or may not want to ingest. Who knew? Turns out pretty bad for you. Not good. Gonna give you a grumbly tummy. Gonna give you the little icky wicky. Not so good for the old digestive system. Which is crazy. I thought arsenic was a very healthy vitamin, you know? Me personally. Oh my god. Favorite book ever? Oh god, not Libertine. Please no. Please no. Oh, Nap, I have a book on the deep state. It was a few bucks, so why not buy like I like to think you say that and it's actually a book on like what state is the most below sea level. Like it's just a book on that. It's like literally the deepest state into the ground. What state in the world has the lowest geographical point? That'd be a way better. Thank you for the applause. Hold applause. Yes, thank you. That'd be a way better book. Oh my god. D&D, the pirate bird still lives. Let's go! Campaign IGM. My PC's being stupid though. Oh my god. Arsenic, my favorite food. No, it's a bad food. I guarantee that much. Gamba is gonna go to med school. Gamba is gonna be able to prove arsenic not good for you. I guarantee that's question one, baby. That's you go in there. That's question. Pop quiz day one. Arsenic, yay or nay? That's how they weed them out. They decide off of the response to that. They bring up a bunch of like old medicine. They'll be like, yeah, leeches. Yeah, actually, they do still use leeches in some places, like in America and stuff like that for some things. I'm pretty sure, like rarely, but it's still technically a thing in some hospitals. Bloodletting, yay or nay? Actually, I have no idea if that practice is of relevance either. I don't know, man. There's probably something. There's probably mercury injected. Actually, I remember I was reading for research purposes. I had to read through a bunch of the nurses' journals for Massachusetts about just like journals published quarterly on different practices of nursing from 1890 to 1930, and there is one issue that comes out where they're like, we're gonna try injecting mercury into the blood. It seems like it might have good properties. And then the next issue, big bold text, do not put mercury into the blood. All right, listen, it seemed like a good idea. Seemed pretty cool. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Bad idea. No bueno. Oh my god. Because effectively a doctor had read about an emperor who had, I think it was like an emperor in the Song Dynasty, who had thought that ingesting mercury was how they would live forever. Which fair ball to them. If you've ever seen mercury, like the weird liquid metal that it is, if I saw that with no knowledge, like I was just like random dude in like 104 BCE, like I would drink that. I'd be like, this is like the stars in the sky in my hand. It's gotta be good for me. You know what I mean? Uranium has that grassy flavor. I'm sorry, what? Yo, I'll do. I'm so sorry. I was too busy. I was too caught up talking about weird random medical things. Horrific history, really. Horrific history. Also, chatters, we got big plans for today, by the way. We got big plans. Nap, you have to give me a chance here. There's people in chat who don't know my favorite. No, I won't let you. I won't let you. No one else will fall victim. What the frick frack is a niddly pack whack is a quick slice? What do you mean? Read the description. There's a quick slice. You just grab it, a quick slice. Quick slice of pizza. You hungry? Grab a quick slice. Easy. Easy elo. Easy life. All that anybody could ever want. Good lord. But anyway, we are going to be working on that factory that we passed. I actually did a little bit of very minimal, because I people have gotten mad at me for doing it before. I did very minimal off-camera work to gather some of the resources to just get back into building for it. Because, you know, I didn't want to have to be collecting resources all stream. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Mercury's my favorite drink. Don't drink mercury! It's bad for you! It's got high cholesterol. And that's the only problem. Everything else is probably fine, but the cholesterol, that's gonna do you in, man. It's too much. It's like having 7 egg yolks. Don't do that either. That's probably too much cholesterol. I mean, also don't take medical advice from a streamer. So that's probably, I mean, that's probably more important than the cholesterol. Don't take medical advice from a streamer. Do you know, listen to, like, I don't know, a doctor or something. That's probably more important. Maybe. Combine, no, it's not a good smelling. It is mustard gas. Stop that. Fill the quick slice into my file of proof that. What do you mean? In what world? It's just a quick slice. What do you mean? Oh my god. But yeah, so this is what I gathered. See, it's not crazy amounts. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit, so that we can kind of just get right to work and not have to deal with too much. You know? You know? Oh my god. Are you becoming nom-boy too? The theft of the point, huh? What's a nom-boy? I'm so confused. Nap Chicago pizza or NYC pizza? Well, for one, only one of those two things is pizza. Deep dish pizza is not pizza. It's a absolute atrocity. It's a gosh darn casserole, first and foremost. That's a casserole. It is. I don't care. It's a casserole. You can't convince me otherwise. It's not pizza. It's a casserole, first and foremost. So it's not competition. And that'd probably be. Yeah, and that is it a doctor? Don't listen to him. Mercury can make you talk to the. No! Deep dish is not. Well, listen. Hey, listen. It's all they ever talk about. So that's all that anybody ever knows. And who cares about Chicago anyway? I mean, Windy City? That's all you got? Wind? Cool, man. Oh, wow, gee whiz. I didn't know they had wind. Oh, wow, that's pretty special, guys. That's pretty. Hey, yo! Sweet Christmas! Totally human! Thank you so much for 20 gifted subs! Good lord! Oh my god! Bro! Chill! Oh, I mean, thank you, but sweet Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Well, I guess now we're 5 away from extra stream. So that's the current sub goals for extra stream. I guess now we're 5 away. Good lord, man! Hey, yo! Howdy, John, howdy, worker, howdy, bud, watcher, howdy, now. How doing, Tiger? How you doing? Hopefully good, hopefully good. Totally human. You're a gosh darn madman. You know that? You know that? You crazy feet. Sweet Jesus! No! Me bringing up the 5 was not like, oh, idle, totally human, gee willikers, why don't you put 5 more? I mean, thank you, but God, Oh my god! Totally human, you fiend! You criminal man! I mean, I'd like, thank you so much, but good lord! This is not what Chicago Beats is. Well, listen, if it wasn't, then why do they advertise it that way, huh? Why do they advertise it that way? Maybe they should, yeah, extra stream Pog. Oh my god, you, good lord, man. Oh my god. Let me keep second. Oh man, Gombar's about to get died. Oh sweet Jesus. Gombar, no, no. Oh wait, no, I got some. Oh my god. Totally Human, you're a madman. Good lord, dude. Oh my god. Also, I love my favorite emote I've ever done. Listen, the artist who makes my emotes, fantastic, but the greatest one still is, that's just my cat. It's just my cat. I love seeing him. His name's Jasper, for those who don't know. He's lovely. He's lovely. I love him. I love him so much. He's adorable. That's him screaming because I pet him too long and he decided it was no longer pet time. He decided, no, stop now. I liked it 2.5 seconds ago. This was fantastic. In this exact moment, you've gone one pet too many. Now I want it done. That was his. He was an unhappy camper. He switched it up real quick. He kept me guessing. It was not. Oh my god. I know he didn't, but I feel it in my butt. How dare you? How dare you? Play viola. I don't. I wish I could. Oh man, I wish I could. I love the violin. But no, I am not Yo-Yo Ma. I don't play the cello. That's the only cello player I can think of. I really just, for the life of me, cannot think of another cellist. Are there other famed cellists? Is there one that I'm not thinking of? Or is it just famed Arthur cameo Yo-Yo Ma? Which I'm never gonna get over, by the way. Jasper the cat, man, I dream of getting a cat every day. He's fantastic. I got him from the pound. He's adorable. He's always been adorable. He's huge though. He's big. He's a big boy. I got him. He was tiny. He's big now. He's on a diet. He's thick. Oh my god. The vet put him on a diet. He's not happy about it. I'll be real. He's very displeased. I think he wishes to have words with the vet. I don't think he was ever too pleased with that development. I didn't get any of the, oh man, I knew I was forgetting a lot. I'll just jump down into this ravine. It's gotta exist in this ravine. It's just gotta. Deep dish is its own thing. Chicago style is a crisp, thin crust as opposed to the New York floppy thing. Oh, so you mean you can't fold it and you can't have the best part? You're just there with what, like a thin wafer? What, like you're going to church? Like you're there to get the bread and blood of Christ? Is that what you're telling me? That also sounds awful and is also just stupid. I'm just kidding. I actually really like thin crust pizza. Oh my god. Oh. No, he said it's thin crust. It's brittle. It's a brittle wafer and nothing more. It's the epitome of sadness, and that's all it'll ever be. It's just pure sadness left to its own device. Oh my god, big boy. We can cross out Nat being an orchestra kid. My man knows nothing. What do you mean? What do you mean I know nothing? What do you mean I'm not an orchestra kid? How dare you? I played in an orchestra. How dare you? Listen here. I know all about the instruments that matter. The brass section. And that is all that matters. That is all that'll ever matters. Can you tell I played trumpet? That's all that ever mattered and all that ever will matter. Everything else, filler. Everything else, filler. That's why it's the New York Philharmonic. It's all filler, baby. Just the brass, baby. That's all that matters. Oh my god. Everything else, just there to back me up. Oh my god. It's like a Lunchable in a furnace. What? It's you know, it's a Lunchable in a furnace. You know what? I bet Obama loves Chicago stuff. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, Windy City Man talks about deep dish. He don't talk about no thin crust. He don't talk about no thin crust pizza. Conversely, Detroit style, that thin stuff make it. What's the style? Is it Portland? Is Portland the one that still uses charcoal, or is it somewhere in Maine? I can't remember if it's an East or West Coast thing, but anyway, one of them like still uses charcoal, which like you know most places in the country that's like illegal to do indoors, but they still do, and it gives it like a specific char. I saw some video about it. This is not an orchestra, that's a band. Yes, I've played in both. I've played in an orchestral band. I've played with both. Yeah, good lord. I joined these rambling about brass. What's new, Dragoncorn? What's new? Hi, Dragoncorn. You know what? Totally Human. What would you prefer? Would you prefer a Wednesday? What day would you like your extra stream to be? I'm leaving it up to you. I'm leaving it up to you. Do you want a Wednesday stream? Is that what is that the day that would work best? Oh my god. We all know the best instrument is the triangle. I mean, they are paid the highest. It's also like that's not cap, by the way. That's I'm dead serious. They are, them and timpanis tend to be paid like the highest of most players, or with like outside of soloists, I should say, but like tend to have some of the highest rates. They make a lot comparatively, like strictly comparatively speaking. I didn't cut it. Oh my god. Wait, I don't need to. MJ's not here. They can't get mad at me. MJ's not here. They can't be mad. No one tell them. No one tell MJ. It's fine. It's if no one tells, then MJ will never know. See how that works? It's fine, because MJ will never know. And if they never know, all will always be well, you know? That's just life, baby. Oh my god. Pal. I don't know, the United States is still a country if we don't even have a universal pizza. I mean, it's more like, realistically, it's I mean, as a union, it's not, it's actually, it's quite literally the next step for the European Union is what we are. We're a political union, they're just an economic union at this point. They're getting there, in the point that they have shared courts and a parliament. It just doesn't have as much teeth as the federal government here, but no, like, in effect, like, realistically, in terms of, like, how it's set up, each state really is, on paper, an individual state, so to speak, rather than like everything's basically a tiny little country. So it's kind of like little countries having their own people. You know what I mean? But also, it changes even within a state. You can find specific towns and cities that have their own pizza. Pizza's something crazy, you know? It brings out the real wackos. Wacko Warner, to be specific. Instrument is bass drum big boom. Actually, you know what? I will admit, the boom that it leaves you with, really good. Personally, I like glockenspiel or marimba. Those are also fantastic. Also very difficult to play. You ever see them on the marimba with like the 4 mallets in each hand? Blows my mind. Especially because percussionists tend to be like the most laid back people. Like everyone else is so stressed and they're just there like, yeah, man, I'm just here to, you know, hit the bejesus out of this thing, you know? What? Each state's its own state? No, state isn't like the grandiose terminology of state, meaning like this, like France is a state, and so is like the United Kingdom is a state on the world state. Anyway, you know what? I don't want to get it. We're not talking about this. I refuse. I've decided that no longer shall politics be permitted on the Napoleon the 7th channel. Yes. You see, I've just always been opposed to it personally. Me personally, I've never once plays timpani. She's good at it, but she doesn't get paid because she refuses to. Refuses? Good lord. If it fits with your schedule, I can do that. I could figure out a Thursday. I could figure out this Thursday. It'd be easy. It'd be so easy. I'd just be like, I'm doing this, and then shoot a man. I don't know where it's going. There was a bit there, and then I lost it. There was a bit, and I lost it. Marimbas give me the brain thing. Understandably, they're a wonderful instrument. There's so many like little instruments that you just go like, this is everything is right in the world now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but some instruments they really butter my biscuit, you know? They really scratch the itch that I got. They do it just right. They connect the leapfrog dots, you know? In the same way that I used to get serotonin from my leapfrog, they give it to me instead with music. You know? Who knew? These are of equal value, by the way. Orchestral music and the leapfrog. Equal value. Oh my god. What if JFK's head just did that? What do you mean, what if it just did that? What do you think it said? What do you mean? What if JFK's head just did that? Just next to Jackie. Just and Jackie, I want McNuggets after this. No, you can't have them. This is not what Jackie Kennedy sounds like. No, you can't have them. I want the McNuggets. No, I'm gonna hold my breath until you say I can have the McNuggets. Now, John, chill. Stop it. John, stop it. John, your head's growing. John. I should have given him the McNuggets. Would have been simpler. He was throwing a tantrum and nobody wanted to admit it. He threw a little tantrum. All because they wouldn't let him have his little dino nuggies. Oh my god. Cool movies I watched, the Brotherhood series. These movies are so dumb it's funny. I've never heard of them. Who are they by? Marimbas are really fun to play. Probs are one of my favorite percussion. Of the times that I've been allowed to whack the mallets upon the marimba, which is rare, but occasionally they would let me. Yeah, it was honestly just a fun time. It was enjoyable. There's something very, I don't know, animalistic about like musical instruments, I think, where you're quite literally just hit thing, musical note comes out and you go like something about it just triggers monkey brain and you go like it's just so exciting for whatever reason. We all know Mario assassinated. Yeah, Mario wad his last who in that moment though. It was over afterwards. He wowied the Zowie. Since we're discussing dead presidents, here's your daily reminder. Ronald Reagan's dead. Ronald Reagan is dead. Let's go! Crab Reef. L to that guy. Me personally, I just wouldn't have died. You know? Thank God he did though. That guy sucked. Dude's so petty. Man showed up and pulled the solar panels off the roof of the White House like they were already installed, and he gained nothing from removing the. It was so weird. What a weird thing to do. Like what a petulant child of a person. Not unlike John F. Kennedy. when his head exploded. Why? Okay. I'm so sorry. I've been here for 5 seconds. What is going on? Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I promise. Hi, Adrian. Oh, someone said. I think. Yeah, Mellow said. What if John F. Kennedy's head just did that? And then when someone brought up the assassination, and now we're here. I think his head just did. No, you don't say that. Oh my god. Don't question it. They're by David Dakota. I'm unfamiliar with the name, which is probably poor on my fault. Oh, actually, I was gonna say, I saw this really good French film the other day. Aw. I saw this really good French film the other day. It was called Mon Oncle. is like, I think it was from like the 50s or maybe even the 60s. It's like bizarre in the best way. I quite enjoyed it. It's got that real like, during the period where like there was, not that there isn't now, but like where cinema wasn't so entirely like Americanized, and like that wasn't seen as like the way to do it outside of art house shows. That it was like a movie like that you could have seen and just been like, oh, like you could have seen it anyways. It wasn't like, or whatever. Anyway, I digress. I don't really want to get into it. My point was, it's a really good. Oh my. And my point is that my uncle was a really good really good and powerful and potent. It was beneficial to my viewing. Oh man. He was just doing it for attention. And I did not just explode my head like a watermelon for attention. I did it to avoid the revealment that was gonna occur 2 days later and ruin my career, but then no longer did because I died and it felt uncouth, which is a real thing. He was seeing, we'll say, a Russian spy, but they left that part out of the obituary because he died. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Oh my god. Chicken nuggets, yeah. Oh, okay. How do I even explain this? Oh my god. Yeah. An accent has been redeemed, so alas, I have to talk like this. It's not a good attempt. I have to talk like this for the next how much longer? 3 minutes. And then once I am done, we'll see where we go. Oh. And you came in at the immediate moment when one of the chatters decided it was the perfect moment to just destroy me with an accent redeem and talk about Mellow Hello. Said, what if John F. Kennedy's head just did that? All right, that's where it's fine. Good lord. Oh my god. What number would you like, Gred? What number? Did what? Oh, you know, what if it just exploded? What if John F. Kennedy's head in his assassination? What if it wasn't an assassination? What if his head just out of existence? It just went, you know? Not what I expected. Understandably, I don't think there's anything I could have done, said, or put in the title that would have prepared any single human being to show up to this stream and expect that. Number 6. Ho-ho! Buddy boy. Number 6. When do kangaroos celebrate their birthdays? During a leap year. Ho-ho! Ha-ha! What a stupid joke. I have a joke book with 1,001 jokes, baby!
Me and my friend have a joke, you know the saying, head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah, I know the saying. What are you saying? What are you implying? Oh, you say JFK? Oh no! Wait a minute! Wait a second!
We say head empty JFK.
Bro! You can't just say that! Oh my god! Wow! Sweet Jesus. Bro, you can't just be like, JFK, head empty, no thought. Did I mess this up? I think this is meant to be one longer than it is. Actually, 1 second. I think in my own math, I messed this up. Hold on a minute, because there should be 1, 2, 3. There should be 2 more of these segments. I've entirely messed this up. Wait a second. Hold on a minute. Wait. Whoa. What does
we
this
started
like?
just looking at each other and saying I'm JFK right Bo and such like that.
This man is dead! You can't do this to the man. This man. Oh my god, Grant, the redemption has a little note on it. When you read it, it gets you a slice. It's a mean old slice. You bada bing, bada boom. You got a slice. Can you type the name of the film? If you want interesting French. Oh, it's Oh, right. I was like, huh? Chat disabled. Mon oncle, I think is how it's spelled. Yeah, like mon oncle, like it's just my uncle is the name of it. It's just quite literally. A slice of what? I didn't get my slice. Yeah, of course you got your slice. You redeemed it and got a slice. The piece of pizza is right on the picture. This is right on the picture. Number 151, please. Sweet Jesus. All right, 151. Let's see, baby. Let's see. What is it? All right. Doctor, when I press my finger here, it hurts. And here, it hurts. Oh, and it hurts here. Oh, and over here. What do you think's wrong with me? Your finger's broken. Oh! Of course! Your finger's broken. What a comedic bit. What a great joke. Answer, please. What do you mean? I just typed it. Oh, can you type the name of the film? Yeah, I typed it. If you want interesting French film, I can recommend On Revoit la Haute. It's about people that came back from the 1418 war. Ooh, wait, that's sick. It's but no, I typed it's Mon Oncle, I believe is how it's spelled. Mon Oncle, like just my uncle is the name of the film. Oh my god, not the hydrates. Ugh, in a good way. Hey man, of 1001 jokes, they can't all be winners. Oh sweet Jesus, chatters. Oh. Wait, I didn't even put up the little guy. Wait a minute. I didn't even put the... Also, Grant, I don't know what you mean by it being useless. That is a clear and useful redemption. You get a slice of pizza. If you're hungry, it fills you. Who doesn't want a lovely, a delectable, a superfluous slice of za? Who does not want to carve themselves out a nice slice of pizza to eat while they watch the stream? I think that's perfectly valuable. Oh my good gracious. Wait a minute, Mellow, what? JFK just needed to take a drive to clear his throat. Bro! You can't! It's any type of pizza you would so like, but it is also the only correct type of pizza that exists. So, take from that what you will. It's, it's exactly how you want it with whatever you need on it. Yo, Dodgette! Salutations and formal greetings. How do you do today? I do fantastic. Here, one second. Yeah, with Betty Schneider. Yeah, you got it, boss. That's the one. I just had to double check that was the actress who was in it, but yeah! Oh my god, number 27. So many jokes. Ipper dipper dack. Rabba dip scabber. What time is it when an elephant climbs into your bed? Time to get a new bed. Hey, yo. Stupid joke. It's such a stupid joke. Oh my god, there you go. There's your joke. Welcome back, Pink. I'll go. I was gonna tell a joke about JFK, but it went straight to... Pause. Wait a minute. Pause. Unfunny? What do you mean? That was a great joke. JFK Jr.? We're not bringing in the other Kennedys. We're not bringing in the other Kennedys. Guys, please. You cannot seriously be out here like, what if I do the other members of the family? what if I make these a familial affair, huh? What if we bring in the rest? Round up the usual suspects, boys. We're going back. Oh my god. Why so many JFK? It should... Shut up! Please! You can't! I mean, they're funny, but my god! Sources say it was raining when JFK embarked on his motorcade, and yet he decided to go in a convertible. Makes you wonder what was going through his head. A bullet. In approximately 2 hours. I know, right, Elio? What do you got, actually? Useless as per usual. This is wrong. Nobody look. Nobody look. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Nobody look. Nobody look at me. Nobody look. I gotta take it all down. I gotta take it all down. Shut up! Shut up! Stop mocking me! I didn't know! Oh my god. My sister told me a joke about cheddar once. It was a bit too cheap. Okay. Okay, I see you. Not lack of oh my god. Oh no! Why were the Lincoln presidency remembered so well? Because they all been. Oh my sweet Jesus, chatters! What was in your water today? What was in your Visco water that led you to such presidential humor? What was in the water today? You guys all went to the water cooler at Napoleon Incorporated and were like, nyang, nyang. Just decided to become what, the Three Stooges? Jeez. Oh my god. The obstinate cheek. I had someone say that to me once and it blew my mind. I thought that was like a joke thing that British people never actually would say. But I had somebody from Birmingham and they come up to me and told me they told me the absolute cheek of what I said, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was very confused. Truth be told, I was like how do you respond to that? Yeah, I guess, man. I don't know. What do you want from me? What do you think you are? Huh? Queen of England? Don't think so. On account of, well, the incident. I, for one, am enjoying the Gremlin energy. Don't you encourage that. Don't you come out of here. I miss one stream. I miss one Friday. And suddenly I come back. So suddenly, Jesus of Nazareth, suddenly I come back and we got Jesus of Nazareth and Lee Harvey Oswald is a #1. Oh my god. Logie! Outdo. So now we need you to tell all jokes. I mean, you'll eventually get through all 1001. It is true. But I ain't, hey, if somebody redeems a repeat, that's on you guys. I ain't watching out for it. I ain't crossing them off. And now everyone's what do you mean? Nobody's doing that. They're just having a little laugh, having a little tee hee ha ha ho 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 ha ho hum. You know? They're just having pause for effect, you know? Just pause for laugh track. That's all, nothing serious. It was fine. Just but a flesh wound. Like it was to his head. Oh my god, I create Gremlin energy. Oh my god, Tiger is Heisenberg. You see Gremlin energy and you think that happens to me? I am the one. What does this one do? You get a quick slice. You get a mean old quick slice of the za. Does nobody read the descriptions? I spend aching hours typing out the description upon which of what the redeem means, and nobody here has read it before redeeming it. Devastating. Truly unbelievable. Nobody reads anymore. Nobody reads in this generation. What a wild take. I genuinely think more people probably read. With the amount, listen, with the amount of people that I knew in like school who would just be sitting there on their phone, just absolutely scrolling through some I knew someone who read some, it was whatchamacallit, a fan fiction that was like 300,000 words, and they read it in like a night. How do you do that? What are you doing? How? Excuse me? Yes. Why was 10 traumatized? Because it was in the... How dare you? How dare you bring up the tragedy? How dare you? Oh my god. The pizza is Bermuda. Exactly. It's from Bermuda. And also, what is Bermuda slice or whatever? Bermuda slice of pizza. What do you mean? The classic Bermuda slice. Child's play? Oh my god. What can I say that when the angst is good? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, you see something that you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. And then what? You decide to like, I could go to bed, wake up well rested, drink a glass of water, just wake up to the birds going like, you wake up, the squirrels come in and untuck your bed and stuff like that. They're like, wake up! You're happy, cheerful onto the day, but you say, no, I want to be sad going to bed. I want to be sad. Give me the story about my favorite little Grimbley and hey, give me my favorite little Grimbley. I want him sad, depressed, and going through it. You got it, boss. Order up! Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're just out here, you're like, yeah, give me my favorite character and give him to me sad, and just absolutely getting wombo-comboed by life around them. Make every relationship they have fall apart. Like, what do you mean? The more tragic, the better? Maybe that's what JFK did. JFK just cosplay. Wait, no, we're not going that way. We're not going that route. Oh my god. What are we talking about? I'm talking about that, because like you'll meet these boomers who are like, nobody reads anymore. But from my experience, I know tons of people who I've known in school who would like blast through 1,000 books effectively that are like online fan fiction things, and then just like that would be what they spend their time with. So I'm like, what do you mean no one reads? Hurt? No? What? Is that a thing? Wait, you just sit there, you go, not only do I want this to hurt, I want there to be no upside. I would like this to be as painful as possible with no good ending. Just sad. Listen, you're reaching across the counter, you're grabbing the 1950s fry cook. You're like, you listen to me. You listen to me right now. I want it sad. And I want no redemption for anybody. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Listen to me. You listen to me. I want it so sad that I'm weeping for days. I want to wake up and be sad when I remember what I read. Like, how is that what you're doing before bed? Oh my god. I regret pulling a prank on JFK Sr. His heart couldn't take it. At least it was a showstopper. I don't know, sounds more like a heart stopper. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize to the Kennedy family. Sweet Jesus. What's the difference between 9/11 professional gardener? What's an outside job? Guys, please, you're gonna get me banned. You're gonna get me banned. Twitch is gonna come by and be like, what is going on here? They're gonna be like, no more of this. Oh my god. I used to get banned for reading I used to get in trouble for reading too much. Why think about why you're sad and talk to someone when you can read about your favorite character being sad? I filter for major character. What? That's unhinged. What do you mean? Chatters, I am learning a lot about you guys. A lot of things are clicking into place. A lot of things are clicking into place. Oh my sweet lord. Call me George Harrison, cause my sweet lord. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know, right? No, come back, my friends! My friends! These are my friends! See how they glisten! Sorry, what? Oh my god, sweet Jesus. I'm streaming. Oh my god. Hi! Good lord. Oh my god, I just went somewheres. I just went somewheres. Okay. Good lord. It's like sour candy. Sometimes you want the hurt before the treat. You know, fair enough. I guess humans do eat spicy food. We're like the only animal existence to be like, yeah, give me the spicy. That we eat the plant defense mechanism and like it. Yeah, okay, I get it. And the treat tastes that reads better for it. But how? I get that. But then there's no. But they said hurt no comfort. I don't think you get it, Nap. I semi-regularly filter it for the main character. Oh, yeah, and I want to feel things. Oh my god. Chatters are like, I want this to be the saddest work of unfiltered fiction that I've ever read. I want this. The author doesn't go far enough. I feel like that's 9 times out of 10 what it seems to be, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems so much of what I've heard, realistically, outside of, you know, the people who are just, and just, you know, really like Venom, outside of that side of these fictional tales, it seems a lot of them, realistically, are just people like, the author didn't go far enough. We can make this hurt more. There can be more to this. Or, like, take a kernel of whatever the author wrote and be like, nah, baby. Put it into second gear. Put it into second gear, baby. Like, oh my god. Why is dying for someone seen as romantic? They then have to live with your death on their mind. Well, I mean, like a lot of stories, I mean, I would say for that, my guess is like a lot of stories, it's really only good while all the story's going on. That's why the story tends to end at the wedding. You know what I mean? Like a romance tends to end with like guy gets girl or girl gets girl or guy gets guy kind of thing. Like it ends there. Happy ending, fade to sunset. Because nobody wants to read the rest. Because the rest isn't really a good story. Not really. I mean, sure, snippets of it can be interesting, but it's not ever as clean of a baseline story. And so that's why it can be interesting to pull back the fold and look at like a what if scenarios of how much farther that can go. But realistically, most people don't actually need nor want that additional information. That's kind of like beyond where the story needs to go. You know what I mean? Good Lord, Kayla. Oh my god. I go for the brainwashing. Oh my god. I'm just honestly wump? What's a wump? What is that, Wumbo? Like, I Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, she, they Wumbo. It's Wumbology, SpongeBob. Like, what do you mean? Oh my god. We don't gotta think, actually? Oh my god. Quiet nap, careful. What do you mean careful? Why am I being careful? Oh my sweet Jesus. I know, right? Yes. Some people. I just needed to add 2 more to this, right? I think so. I want to confirm, but I don't know why I did it so short. I totally must have miscounted whenever I did that. But cause yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. Cause this is a big boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll summon them, huh? Where characters get really hurt and really sad. Ah, Teen Wolf. What in God's name is Teen Wolf? What? What's okay? Sure. Wolf is a genre where a character of your choice gets horribly beaten, tormented, kid. What? Oh my god. Chadder's really just out here. Full on Dante's Inferno. Give me the dirt. I learned so much on these streams. I learned so much. Also, the attacks I use on a regular basis scare them. I mean, understandable. I suppose that, I wonder if that's like not a Geiger test. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the kind of I gotta go do homework. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just don't. Just simply don't. Just ignore and shirk your responsibilities. But no, it's the I wonder if it's like a Bechdel test for like like what kind of a story you like can be found in that. You know what I mean? Like if there's like a schism based on like what type of fiction it's for, like what, like if it's based off, I don't know, like Lord of the Rings, or if it's based off of Star Wars or whatever it is, kind of thing. Like what franchise it is, how that may affect what kind of what do you call them, tags, yeah, are being used. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Surely some must be more common than some than others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, you can't run out on me. That's a crime. That's a crime. Stop it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I believe it's up by 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and then it should be this, and it should be up by 3. Un, deux, trois. Dante's Inferno was so light, it's fluff in my eyes. Huh? He goes to hell. Oh my god. It's so fun to write. Maybe it's therapeutic, man. I don't know. We're giving Nap trauma just for telling him our test. I'm just a happy-go-lucky guy, man. I don't know. Undercover gang represent my good googledy moogledy. He said Nap our saddest and laugh as he reads the sorrow we willingly read. Oh my good gracious. This is like, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I realize y'all were a bunch of sad boys a long time ago. Like this sad boy gang.
BOI, I mean. Because, but no, like, I realized that a long time ago. Right after, I think it was like the second time someone, like, produced fan fiction regarding, like, this hardcore world. And it was just tragedy. And I was like, oh my god. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it was well written. But it was tragedy. Which, don't get me wrong, I mean, I don't know. I can get it. It's the same way that people love reading tragedies. People love things that don't end well. Why do you think people like, whatchamacallit? Orpheus and Eurydice. It's tragedy. It's never gonna end well. It's the same story over and over again, the same story every time, and ultimately it's always gonna end sadly. Or why? I think that's genuinely part of the appeal of Peter Parker to some people. You know, dude is canonically not allowed to catch a break. Not really. And I think there's something to that for people. Something like, and I don't necessarily mean that it has to be relatable. I just mean like, I think there's probably something to that. Good night, Grant. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, dude. I'm actually very joyful being that like tragedy and pain. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I think it's the type of media you consume does not have to indicate the type of individual you are. I didn't mean to leave that as like the impression. Strategy stuff for the Ageless Empire. Understandable. I just know some people do, and I go, okay, pop off, King. Because it's all, I mean, so far, all been exceptionally well written, so it's not like it's bad. Your nerves are just meat pasta that conducts electricity? Well, I mean, actually, if you really want to get into it, because you're made of stardust and cosmic being, you know what I mean? Like we're all made of the same chemical makeup of carbon and the like, so we're all really made of the universe. We are the universe taking form into a organism of itself, made of itself, trying to comprehend and contemplate what the universe is. So we are the universe trying to figure out what the universe itself is. Constantly. We're constantly trying to make sense of ourselves, because we are the universe and the universe is us. You know what I mean? You know? But yeah, I think that's neat. Personally, I think that's pretty nifty. I think that's pretty neat. Nab, you didn't read the rest of my messages, so here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was recounting things. What for me is more about the character getting rescued and taken care of by their friends and companions. It's cathartic for me somehow. No, I think that makes sense. Yeah, I can get that. It's a form of catharsis. Okay. Oh, so there is a happy ending to it then. Or like and when I say happy ending, that doesn't necessarily have to mean like, and they all lived happily ever after. Like, it could literally just be, yeah, like I know, like, I've known people who use it to work through traumatic experiences themselves, so like I could totally get that. I could see that. I think that's actually a very healthy and legitimate way of kind of like exploring that thematically. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I passed up. Oh no. You know, it's been a hot minute. Fair enough. Nep, do you know the anime My Hero Academia? I have heard of it. I have never watched it, but I have. But I've certainly heard of it, and I know little bits about it. Like, it's got, I mean, I've been led astray by the internet as to what it was, but beyond that, because for a long time, like, my first interaction with it, I think, was I think I saw something posted to, like, Twitter or whatever that was about the spiky-haired dude and the green-haired dude, but apparently that's not the case. Apparently that's not on. But anyway, yeah, it's like a superhero anime. I've been told that I would really enjoy it, but that's also partially why I haven't watched it. Not because I think I won't enjoy it, because I don't have time for another. I don't have time for another thing that I become obsessed with. That's just, it's too much. It's too much. I don't got the strength. Yo, Lassie! How do? Hello. Yo, Party Cat, dude, what's up, man? I didn't even see it going. Out for a bit, sorry? No worries, Gone. There's no reason to be sorry for such a thing. Most Wump does focus pretty heavily on the rescue and the caretaking healing afterwards. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'm working through as hospital-related issues. Could very well be the case. Because, yeah, I've certainly, I think there's actually in media study, overarching. That's becoming more of an actual like explored topic in like the academia side of things. I have a prof who I think is like working on something like that, where they're like beginning to do a lot of research into like how that side of media is being used. But yeah, I think it's super cool, man. What do you mean led astray in that? But what do you mean? Oh, the internet implied that they were like dating, but apparently that's not the case. Apparently that's like his bully, and I just, based on what was like, I don't know, I just saw something that implied that they were like dating, and apparently they're not, and I was like, oh, okay. Which at first I was like, oh, that's wild. Japan's normally very like backwards about that kind of thing, so I was just very surprised. But apparently not the case. That's all I meant by led astray. And I had a physical reaction. I mean, you know, yeah, you're right. It's no more now. Now it's what an idiot. What an absolute, you know what? I'm stopping that right there. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want that man to be mentioned. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to hear or think about or devote any brain power to such an idiot. While we were on the tragedy, sad boy vibe, violent, Evergarden, You Lie in April, Heavenly Delusion, all great manga. I feel like I've heard of Your Lie in April. I don't know what it's about, but I feel like I've heard about it. There's also a really good anime, is also, though I think it's a movie technically, but oh, what is it? It's the one about the blind girl. I'm blanking on the name. All that's coming to mind is Your Name, but that's absolutely not what I'm thinking of. That's a totally different anime. Your Lie in April is about music. Oh yeah, no, sorry. I know it's not Your Lie in April. I'm not saying that's what I'm thinking of. I'm saying like that just reminded me of like a quote unquote sad anime that I was like, oh yeah, which wasn't like totally sad, but it seems to have the similar characteristics of being like both sad and happy. Oh man. Perfect. I still can't believe how long you guys spent on JFK. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, wild. A silent voice. That's what it's called. A silent voice. I was blanking on what it was, but yeah, it's called a silent voice. It's a really, I mean, it was like a very, very emotional, but really good, really solid movie. I would recommend it. Unfortunately, it is that time. I must take my leave. Goodbye, Totally Human. For I must prepare to disembark to my place of employment. I wish upon thee a prosperous future, glorious homunculus. Until our next communion. See you later, dude. Thanks so much again for this. It genuinely means a lot. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You will have your extra stream, sir. You will have your extra stream. Have fun at work. Hopefully it is an enjoyable time. It's about a mute girl. Oh, sorry. I said blind. I meant. I said blind. I did not mean blind. Oh my god. And move it. Whap. It is so warm here right now, man. It is so. I am boiling. I personally, I am turning to mush. I am turning into goo, like hard served ice cream when you spin your spoon in it too much. When you spin your spoon, is that a universal experience, by the way? Is that just me? I feel like other people must have done that. Like when you got given like hard ice cream, so like not soft serve kind of thing. Did you ever just slam your spoon into the bowl and then just spin it around and around until it became more like soft and like a goo? Like just a glue. I don't know why. I just liked it. I liked it better that way. I was like, yes, this is better. It didn't matter the flavor. It didn't matter the type. I was just there. I was like, oh yeah, this is delicious. This is my God. This is the greatest invention of all time. And it's just me applying continuous spin to the ice cream to make it softer. And then I was like, nothing is better than this moment right now because of this ice cream. Nothing on this planet Earth. Because I remember mi madre was none too pleased. She was always like, what are you doing? I was like, I just like it better this way. Or else I'd accidentally fling my ice cream. See, I just flung it. I just flung it and didn't care. That's right, cause I'm bad to the bone. I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. I'm doing good things. Oh man, it was just better that way though. I was like, just right here, far superior. Even though it's just like a more melted version, effectively. Oh my God. Also, listen, Chatters, what is your opinion on bubblegum ice cream? I need to know if this is a safe place. I need to know if this is a safe place. How do you feel about bubblegum ice cream? Answer wisely. This is not a safe place. What do you mean? Why? You don't get a say in this. You don't get a say, Pink. I know the topic's kind of past. Oh, no worries, dude. Everything's kind of in a flow state anyway. It's saying this focus on the recovery part, like the one I'm reading is about a character who battled so bad and paralyzed the waist down and nearly ended the line of the reincarnation she was part of. But anyway, she was a Nickelodeon show, so her recovery was actually pretty dark, but kind of skipped over. And the fic is super in-depth about her slowly getting back, getting better and whatnot. Yeah, I know exactly what show you're talking about, but yeah, that kind of stuff, that's sick, man. Like, that's awesome. I think that that's like a very healthy way of exploring those kind of narratives that tend to be considered too dark to be marketable and therefore not published. I just think that that's all that's happening. Is lots of works that people want to read but are considered too niche to bother publishing are getting made, basically. Bubblegum is to be chewed, not creamed. Okay, thank you, Jay. My God, someone out here understands. I came out of Lurky to tell you that if anyone else told me they like bubblegum ice cream, I'd say, oh, okay, neat. But since it's you, I'm saying, no, I like the bubblegum ice cream. It's good. It's nice. Oh my God. Stupid. You guys suck. Bubblegum ice cream is good. Alright, it's delicious. It's awesome, and you guys just don't understand. Oh my sweet Jesus. No, it's great. Actually, oh no, wait, no, I can't tell that story. I mean, I can. I just don't think it matters, and there's not really a point to telling it. But anyway, sorry, I just remembered something that happened like forever ago, and I was like, oh yeah, that was. Huh. Howdy, child. I neither pout nor am I a child. I take everything in stride and with the utmost sense of propriety. How dare you, sir? As someone who never had and therefore has no opinion, what Pink said. What do you mean? That doesn't mean you side with Pink. That doesn't mean you side. Why side with Pink in that situation? Shadows, you guys are mean. You guys are vicious and mean. Wait, are we talking about ice cream with chunks of bubblegum or in it, or is it the ice cream that just tastes like it? I mean, both, technically. Personally, I prefer the one, I think, that just tastes like it, rather than the one with, like, chunks. I've had the one with chunks of gum in it. Not really my thing. I like bubblegum milkshakes. Those are also quite good. What can I say? I got a sweet tooth. What do you want from me? All right, listen, I like sweet things. On mint chocolate chip, putrid, disgusting, vile. Get it away from me. I will drop kick a Girl Scout. Do you have any idea? No, mint and chocolate do not belong together. They should never be near each other. Horrific, horrendous. Get away from me. I'm sorry, that was being. If you like it, good, pop off, I guess. But I don't. I like vanilla typically. My favorite ice cream is vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup mixed in. It does taste very different from chocolate ice cream. It sounds kind of like just have chocolate ice cream with a bit of vanilla added to it, but alright, I'll take your word. I'll take your word. Unsub, block, Twitter account deleted. What can I say? I've choked in the like, delicious ice cream. Like, oh man. Thank you. That my opinion of you rose by a pitiful amount. Why pitiful? Why it gotta be pitiful, man? Come on. It could be more. Oh my god. Chocolate ice cream is too rich for me normally. I want it mildly chocolatey. Has plummeted. No! Mint chip providing. It's not super strong mint wise. It's pretty good. I guess, like, it's not that I've never had it in a way where I'm like, okay. I'm just like I've certainly had a quote unquote good mint chip ice cream and chocolate and mint thing. It's just actually the ice cream one almost never. I can't think of one now that I said that. I've had okay, like after 8 kind of things that are like chocolatey and minty in one, and you go like, yeah, right. But otherwise, no, I don't like it. It's never what I'm reaching for, man. It's just my decision on the matter is that it's just never what I'm reaching for. Yeah, whip. I'll do. Wait, I'll do. Hopefully good. I'm gonna start a rebellion. I'm a mint chipper. Well, L plus ratio. L plus ratio, bad taste, bad choice. Sorry, I haven't been here in a while. No worries, dude. There's no monthly requirements. People are here when they can be here, and that's all that matters, man. I'm glad to have you here whenever you're available. They have bad taste. They're in this stream. How dare you? You mod for this stream. How dare you? You're meant to be helping with the promotion. You're meant to promote the stream. You're meant to wrangle them. Oh my. I've been doing a job to be taking over some of my time with this stream. No, I did. Get that bag. Get the money. Get it. Pop off, King. Get your bag. Get your money. Live your life. Live your dream life. Live la vida loca. Okay, man, I'm gonna mute the stream so you can't talk. That's how it works, trust me. Why? Oh my god. Why? No, don't mute the stream. Fun fact, muting the stream removes my viewer. You fiend, please don't mute it, cause then I go down a viewer, and that's bigger number, better person. Oh my god. Bully him on the Bird app. No! Never realized. Pixpin. Oh yeah, it happened back in. It's not been too long. That happened for the 2-year anniversary. So like back in June. It's only been about a little over a month. but I mean, I like a good vanilla, I will say. I don't like every type of vanilla ice cream. I mean, most pretty good. I think it gets a bad rep, I will say that. I don't think vanilla's plain. I think that's lame. Like the fact that it's pervasive just means it's good. Like it's not that, like, people are like, oh, vanilla's so plain. I'm like, no, it's not. It's vanilla. It's like a conquistador would have. Speaking of conquistadors, sweet Jesus, guys. Bunch of vanilla haters over here. Vanilla is a delicious, like, a conquistador would have killed a man. For a lot of things, actually. But he would have killed a man just to get some vanilla. I think they literally did, to be honest. Did Soup die? Well, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Who's to say? You know? Certainly not me. Are you sure? No, please, I'm doing something. Let me go. You gotta let me go. I need more brick. How much money to resurrect my boy? Oh my god, I will buy your entire... No. Listen, as you could see from the lore, you know, I don't know. Something happened to him. I'm not sure what. He left a little while ago. He went off on his own journey. He decided that he wanted to stretch his legs a bit. He wished to leave the capital city for a little while, go explore for a little bit, go adventuring. You say you is to say, you know, nobody else says. Well, who knows? Maybe I left it up to a friend. Maybe I phoned a friend. Maybe I was like, hey, is this guy alive or dead? Maybe they get to decide. Maybe I don't leave it up to me. Maybe you think I do, but in reality, I'm letting a friend of mine play God. You never know. 2, 3, 4. Who knows, man? Maybe I'm letting one of my friends decide everything that's gonna happen in the hardcore world lore, and I go, do you think this or this? And they pick one. I can't believe I'm just not sure what that happened. I need a clip. Well, on the VODs channel, I think there actually is clips also in the Discord on the clips channel. I believe it would be back around June 11th or 12th or something like that. Interesting D&D campaign idea. Oh, I've done that with D&D, where I've had a friend of mine be the villain, basically. I would just meet with them for coffee once a week, and I'd be like, yeah, so they're doing this. Because the villain was meant to be a semi-omniscient person. I'd just be like, yeah, so what would you want to do? Like what do you want done then? And so they know what they're trying to achieve. And that way it's totally out of my control. It's someone actually trying to achieve the goals of the villain. You'd be like, no, I want to do this because I want to get that done. And I would only let them know things that, like, I've rolled to be like, oh yeah, they managed to scry on that moment. Stuff like that. Honestly, killing the Lord lacks hurt, no comfort. Here I am trying to appease you guys, trying to inject a little bit hurt into the thing. Well, actually, I guess in fairness, most of the angst that people are aware of for this is something that Pink knows about. Now that I realize, yeah, there's a whole background. I've written a lot about, like, I've personally written a lot about, like, filler of what goes on between streams, kind of the, like, history of the world, what's kind of been going on and the like, because it just kind of helps for making the story. Thinking knows what about I heard my name. Oh, I said Pink knows more about the sad background story that's going on for Soup more than anybody else, on account of the fact that I've actually messaged you about things and been like, yeah, here's a sad thing. Here's a sad fact about Soup. Because, you know, I was like, yeah, Pog. Why not? You know? You made me cry in the middle of the night. What? Which time was this? Which time was this? Not pay. Hey, listen. But anyway, no. What I was saying was, yeah, no, I do try to though. Keep things in line by effectively figuring out what's going on in the interim. This world's a lot sadder than I think I normally let on to be, because streams are more fun when he's not sad. Do I have those stairs? Okay, good. Wait a minute. Bop. Sick. And then bop. 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 No, why? I didn't mean to do that. Please. Please, I have a family. You can't do this to me. Please. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, man. Ah, jeez. Bat. Baba boy. Send a mod application to be helpful against spoil. Oh my god. That my name summons has been resolved. Okay. Understandable. So I am just so I am just will remain confused. Valid, King. Valid. I don't know what I don't know what I've confused people with, but my bad. Did not mean to provide confusion. My mistake. Did not mean to. It was by accident. But also, I may be just a little bit of a confusing fella. You know, I feel like I confuse a lot of people. Have you played Pikmin 4? I've never played any of the Pikmin games, actually. Are they any good? I've never really, I don't really play, outside of a few Mario games, I've never really played almost any Nintendo games. Not out of like a negativity towards Nintendo at all. It's just never really been my niche. In general, I mean, I mostly play computer games, so that's just more where I lie. I don't know. I haven't played them. What? Hey, you ever played this game? No, I've never played it. What's it like? I've never played it. Are you kidding me? You wouldn't catch me dead. Wouldn't catch me dead playing that game. You crazy? Yes. What do you think this is? You think I'm some sort of Pikmin enjoyer? Have a goals. Hey, whoa. Hey, yo, come on. What do you think this is? Good Lord, show some class. What's y'all's favorite Nintendo games? Ooh. I mean, Breath of the Wild's probably now up there. I really do like. I know it's a pretty average choice, but I mean, Mario Galaxy is just so fun. It's just such a fun game. I just always have the little like just stuck in my head, so I'm always like, hey. And he's got Luna, my beloved. Luna's so great. I adore Luna. What a character. What a cool character. I've never played any of the Pokemon games either, so I don't really have any nostalgia for them. I liked Wii Play. Wii Play was pretty fun. Had a game with Tank. That was a pretty cool game. I liked Wii Sport. Wii Sport was pretty fun. That wasn't bad. Wii Sport, unparalleled, honestly. Tennis, let's go. All day, every day, you know? I love all those games. See? Good taste. Wii Sport is so bad. It's a great game. It just genuinely, like, what a banger of a game. I can't think of another game that's like that, like just awesome. Like, there's no aspect of Wii Sport that is... I don't think a single Wii Sport game is bad. Like, within them, I mean. Like on Wii Sports, golf's fine. Not my favorite, but it's there. Golf's alright. It's a pretty fun way of doing it, I guess. Tennis, sick. Boxing, awesome. The, bowling, say no more. Baseball, oh my god. So good. Is there another Wii Sports game? Am I blanking on one? I don't think there is in Wii Sports. I think that's it for Wii Sports. Destroy anyone in Wii Tennis. You would not destroy me, my friend. You would lose and you would cry. I would absolutely spank you. You'd just be crying for ton mère. Is that correct French for that? I don't know. You'd cry. Did you mention darts? Isn't darts Wii Sport Resort? Isn't that like the second one? Wii Sports Resort. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I feel like the other ones are Wii Sports Resort. Was there darts? Wii Sport. And what are the... Yeah, there's only 5. Tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. In Wii Sports, there's only 5 games. In Wii Sports Resort, there's... I assume darts. There's archery, basketball, table tennis, disc golf, frisbee, wakeboarding, sword play. Why not call it fencing? Golfing, bowling, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, air sports? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I would destroy everyone with table tennis. I hated table tennis on Wii Play. Truthfully. I would annihilate you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Moving on, I feel bad. I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh God. I feel bad. Wait a minute, no, I'm sorry. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh no, it's my turn. The fumbling. What do you say? What am I meant to say? Oh my God. Either way, well, you know what I will say. I'm not sorry for the fact that I was right. That I would absolutely end you at tennis. You would be obliterated. You would cry, regardless of whom to. You'd be left sobbing. You'd be left wham on the ground like little ball up fists up to your eyes. Wham. All right. 100 sub goal is now to play Wii Tennis. Wii Tennis. That Wii Sports is gonna be that's the next goal for the 100. This month's 100 sub goal is gonna be. Wait a minute. It is. I have Wii. I have my Wii here, and I think I have Wii Sport. Yeah, Wii Sport. That's the 100 goal. How am I gonna stream Wii Sports for 4 hours? How? Oh my God. Wait, maybe I shouldn't promise that before thinking that through. Oh my god. There's no way I'm gonna be streaming Wii Sport for 4 hours. Oh my god. I mean, it could work. I don't know. Bring friends? Are you kidding me? Tell my friends I stream? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'll hire someone. I'll go on Craigslist. I'll be like, you can't. I'm gonna pretend I'm a streamer. That's what I'll tell them. I'll tell them that I want to pretend I'm a streamer. Big brain. Oh man. Maybe yeah. Wii Sports getting 100% in everything. Wii Sports one stream to get 100% in everything. Fully beat all the boxing groups. Fully beat all the tennis challengers. Fully beat all the golf enthusiasts. It'd be fantastic. Do you actually wait? I don't know. Is that a good sub goal? Chatters, would you want that to be a sub goal? Would you want? Would there be interest in watching a Wii Sports stream? Oh my god. Yes, it is. You can't just say yes. Oh my god. Yes, do it. I wish to see it. Do it for the next month. Oh my god. I'll set it. Yeah, it'll sometime in the next. Yeah, it's the new, because we just hit 50, so that'll be the 100. That'll be the 100. And then, wait a minute, 1 second. When does Fazbear come out? When's the release date for that? Next October. Oh wait, no. This is it October of this year? Oh my god. Am I really gonna know? I'll make the 100 Wii Sports, and I'm gonna lower because normally it's a lot higher because I do not want to play FNAF. But I'll make the normal reg scary game 150 to be the play FNAF. Because I know that's been asked for by 3 different people in advance of that movie. And I'd watch that. All right, yeah. You know what? Great new goal. New goal, everyone. Wii Sport. What a stream. Is there even a category for that? In Mr. Invisible cosplay? No, there's no way I can play Wii Sports in that suit. It's an Edwardian suit. It doesn't have any range in the. My arms can't go past the shoulders. It's not designed to do that. There's no way that I could even serve a tennis ball. The Barbie DS game to celebrate the Barbie. I don't have a Barbie DS game. I don't even know if my DS works. Oh my god. There is one and it slaps. Well, so long as it slaps. So long as we're clear on it slapping. Wait, I need more scaffolding. Where'd I put that scaffolding? I had scaffolding. What happened to it? You could if you tried. No, it's literally stitched to not allow you to do it. It's not a matter of trying. It's like, it's made to not do that because that's like, I don't know, unbecoming or whatever. It's like, oh, you should have no reason for your shoulder blades to ever rotate that way. Not while you're fancily dressed. You're a true gentleman. You should never require such a thing. And I go, what if I need to apprehend someone? Because it's like it's a full tailcoat suit. It's like an actual, like, full-on thing. Poggers!
OMG, I going to cry. It's my 12-month anniversary.
Let's go!
Thank you so much for 1 year nap. Your streams are the best and this chat is amazing.
Aww.
Hopefully I stay for more.
Oh my god.
Love you all, Nepal. 16 heart Nepal. 16 heart Nepal.
16 heart Nepal. Oh my god. Yo! Wait, but thank you so much for a year, dude! Oh my god! Time flies! But thank you so much for a year of subs, dude! Oh my god! Thank you so much. That's such a sweet message. I'm glad to have had you here, man. I hope to keep having you here. So also something not don't get me wrong. I really appreciate that you're using your Prime on me. Like that's huge. But either way, I'm just happy to have you here, man. You guys are great. Where is my scaffolding? Oh, it's at the base. It's at the main base. I'm sorry, Caleb. Also, oh my god. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Oh my god. And no, don't cry. Don't tell me you cry. That's gonna make me cry, and I'm not allowed to cry. That's a crime. That's a crime. It's a high treason. Oh man. Oh, you guys are great, man. Oh, stupid. Oh, I gotta get scaffolded. Scaffolding time. I am that man. See? I am man. I am that man. Not man. Worry not, Wereplant. I had my tear ducts removed. It's impossible for me to cry. You see, I went to great lengths, Dr. Jones, to ensure that I would never have to worry about tears. I'm too powerful. Hey, yo, is that the MJ? Oh my god. Hey, Nap, I don't know what this is about, but I want you to cry. No! No! Don't come in here like that. Yo, outdo MJ. Welcome. Really? Are you sure? I'm positive. Both in my disposition of life and also in my certainty of my tear duct removal surgery. It was a great success, you know? They even cut up some onions and were like, not a prickle. Not a little, not even a little bit of tear. I do good. Just got back from getting dinner with my cousin, which was great. Yeah. Pog did. Sick. Hopefully it was a delectable meal with good people, good conversation and the like, all the things that you want from a nice little meal out. Where I missed? Well, you missed a long-running bit about JFK that was just kind of crazy, like just absolutely a little bonkers, to be honest, a little silly Bo-Billy, but you know, you missed it. So you missed that. You missed where you missed where the people just decided that JFK's head, and I quote, just did that, and I for the life of me don't know where Mello came up with such a concept, but dear Lord. Oh yeah. Napkin, the lore drop from nowhere. In my world, there is no information can be found on it because everyone that went into the direction loses their memory and don't seem to realize time has passed since their travel on said land. Hey, yo! Wait, that's sick! What did I miss? Oh my god. I mean, you also, you missed that we hit our sub goals and we're gonna get an extra stream because Totally Human's crazy. Also, the next sub goal is gonna be for Wii Sports, because why not? Wii Sports stream seems like a wonderful stream. You know, when you said JFK, I assumed it was gonna be his head just did that, and it was Mello. Totally guessed it. I knew it. I knew you would guess that. You're so predictive, you know? You're so predictable, you know? Yo, Extra Stream, I know. Wii Sports, oh my god, exactly. Both of these things are very pog. But yeah, Extra Stream. Oh, also, if you didn't see in the Discord, this Friday is the world building stream, part 2. Electric Boogaloo. This time it's personal. That's pretty fun. I'm gonna go finish watching Afterlife. Bye, bye, bye again. Twitch Prime. Yes. And then this side too. Yes. Grab that and then wait, no. That's meant to be like that and then like that. And then this should go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, thing. Perfect. Just as it was meant to be. Just as it was meant to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. 14 for the tallest point. Perfect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. Babaloo. Wait a minute, I did this wrong. Wait a second. Because I needed to switch up. I needed to alternate. It needs texturing. Oh God, what would Grian say? Oh jeez. Oh no. The Grian who clearly talks to me on the daily. What would he say? Ah no, ah jeez. What am I meant to say to my good pal? Ah, man. Barnacles. I'm a Wii Sport Resort gal myself. I love that game. Did you know Pilot Wings from the DS uses the island from Wii Sport Resort? I've researched the map of Wii Sport Resort and learned all about it. There are ruins on it and an old and new town. It's intriguing. Wait, are you telling me there's lore? There's lore to the island of Wii Sport Resort? Is that what I am to understand? He would kill you, Nap? No! Ah, man. Ah, jeez. What's a guy gotta do to get a break? Ah, man. Ah, jeez. He'd kill me because I put backs on the on my builds, you see, and that's a big no-no for him. You're not meant to put backs on the builds. You're meant to leave them open. Unfinished. Which of course I would never do. I would never leave a build unfinished. That would be bonkers. That'd be just crazy. You know? I'd play the flying games that get lost on purpose to explore, sweet dude. One of the games in Wii Sport Resort is planes, and you can either do versus a dogfight, a single player fly around and hit all the points, and every point has some info. So there is lore. There's a story. Well, I'll find out that story if my name isn't Gregory Esquire III. But anyway, we're playing Wii Sport, not Wii Sport Resort, so. Lord! Hey, what Lord? Lord! Scusi, would I have some lore, please? Lore, please. It's lore time. Scusi, lore, please. The Enduring Lore, I don't know what part 2 Electric Boogaloo. This time it's personal. In my world stand, a druid grove led by an archdruid who lived more than 20,000 years and created a new species, which is a feat which is a feat that was believed to be only achievable by the gods, led to the transformation in some of the faith and genesis of belief. Ooh. Wait, that's sick. Wait a second. Why is it not doing the thing? There we go. It did the thing. It took a second. It didn't want to do the thing, but it did it eventually. Perfect. Wait, that's sick. So like does that faction still like hold power to some degree? Like is that like a faction that's like still quite potent, or is this something that all happened way back in the past? I love playing the flight game, but I've gained a new appreciation for the game where you're out in the open, cycling, running, because you can see the POV of the island. The island from Choo Choo Charles. Heck of a game. Heck of a game. I hope its sequel never comes out. Absolute pain incarnate is what that game is. I missed. But real, not fake. Heck of a game. Let's see. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, they're just 10. 11 to the left. Okay, so just 10 for this one. That one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No nappers, woo, island, you uncultured swine! How dare you? How dare you ever insinuate otherwise, you absolute debaucherous fiend. Truly, you are the worst thing to ever happen to this country. You get out. Just get out! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Call it 14, baby. For all we know, we might not see you tomorrow. Do it tonight. Tonight, baby. Grab somebody. Tell them, hey. The faction of the Eternal Growth, led by the Matriarch of Life, the Archdruid, holds power, but they have to maintain a facade of lies due to a secret deal made between the Matriarch and the gods. Oh, intrigue. Ooh la la. I may have to become what I fear most. A VOD watcher for the first half of this stream. You fear them most, and yet you are their ruler. Wow. Says a lot, MJ. Says a lot. How could you? How dare you? Here, 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta go refill my water. 1 second. 1 second. Yellow. Oh, hi, chatters. How you doing? You wouldn't be burning down the chat, would you? No, that would be wild. Why would you be doing that? Well, I expressly said not to do that. Oh my god. I thought that was coming from me. Help us ratio, chatters. Anyway, see you later. Oh, hey, chat. What was that? How do? Hopefully well. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully. Oh my god. Oh, welcome back, chat. Fool me once, stinker. Yeah, that's right. I waited so long before using that when I initially had it like set up to use. I can't believe I waited as long as I did. I'll be real with you. Like I really cannot understand why like I held off on that for so long. I was like, someday. I almost forgot about it actually after a while. I've never heard that. It's so good. Oh yeah, oh no, it's even better. It's a good bit. I set up a bit because you know it's you'll hear the bit some other time. I'll definitely do that bit again someday. Don't worry about it. I gen believed it was real. My goal in life is always to keep chatters on their toes of what is reality in the streams they view. I wish to keep you guessing, chatters. I wish for you to never know what is real, never feel safe, never feel secure in a Napoleon the 7th stream. One. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that can't be right. It's... Yes, like that, I guess. Sure, why not? Yeah, sure. Meow. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Hello. How are you? I'm good. That's good. The message was cut in half of the facts of the internal growth. 1 second, I missed. Oh, that's the full message. Okay. Cut in half. The faction of the Eternal Grove, led by the Matriarch of Life, the Archdruid, hold power, but they have to maintain the facade of lies due to the secret deal they made between the Matriarch and the God. They cannot reveal how the children of the Matriarch came to be. Oh, wait, that's so sick. But are they like plant-based? Are they like Ents kind of thing? Like what are the children? Are they mortal? Like, do they have an immortal lifespan? A mortal lifespan? Can they be killed? See, that's the other thing, Jay. You just gotta realize, like, what else does old Napoleon have up his sleeve as well? He's got Skype calls. What else? What other tricks? What other tricks of the trade does this man have up his sleeve? Hey! Oh. It's fine. One, two. Poggers!
Hi guys, it's been ages since I last subbed, damn. Anyways, how we doing? What's up, naps? It's almost 2 a.m. I should go to sleep. Wait, 20 months, huh? That's wild. What I feel old. Napole 16YIPPEE Napole 16YIPPEE.
PP. Yo! Peace! Thank you so much for the reset. You should go to bed. Oh my god, it's 2 a.m. It's Monday! Oh my god, but also thanks so much! Thanks so much for 20 months! Oh my god, it's almost 2 years! Sweet Jesus! I hope you've been well, man. I hope you've been well. I hope the weekend treated you well, and the week of last week as well. Oh my god, I'm on vacation. It's fine. Fair enough. I was watching The Witcher. Hey, yo, what'd you think of the new season? It's what's his name? It's Henry Cavill's last season, isn't it? What'd you think? Any good? Where it's insane in a good way, or like a bonkers, oh god, what's happening kind of way? I'm not that far yet. Oh no, I'm not saying anything happens. I'm saying like the actor is gonna get replaced next season. Like it's not something the show. Like it's not a spoiler. It's just like the actor and the studio did not renew contracts. I'm doing great. It's summertime, baby. It's the summer. It's yeah. I don't think they made the right choice. I think Netflix will find that the show will not do as well without Henry Cavill involved in the project. I just genuinely don't think that they realize that like he's a big draw to a lot of people. I feel like to a lot of people he's like, why they bother watching the Witcher? You know what I mean? But who knows? Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe Liam Hemsworth will be seen as just as acceptable a choice, you know? I mean, Liam Hemsworth has all that acting underneath his belt of being hot boy number 2 in the Hunger Games, I guess. Non-bread maker hot boy. I think that's what his role was, right? That's literally what he was. I forgot. He's like, oh wait, no, not Liam Hemsworth, not former husband of Miley Cyrus, Liam Hemsworth. Oh, that guy hates fun. He does seem like a bit of a stick in the mud, I'm not gonna lie. That's about it, not Liam's Hemsworth. Oh! Look, has he been in anything else? He must have, right? Surely there's something outside of Hunger Games he's done. I'm thinking of like Extraction, but that's his brother Chris Hemsworth. That's not even him. What has he done? Anything? Oh, tell me he hasn't been doing religious movies. Tell me he didn't go the Taylor Lautner route. Sweet Jesus. It's rough out there for former heartthrobs. It's rough. It's rough. They gotta make the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and yes, 10. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Why? Why? I keep falling. Anything but Taylor Lautner. Have you seen Oppenheimer? I did. I saw Barbenheimer last Friday. I didn't stream because instead I went to go be a little Barbie girl in a Barbie world, and then I got exploded by Oppenheimer. It was fantastic. Both movies are great. I at gunpoint forced my friend to come to Barbie with me, and boy howdy did I put his butt into pink. I was like, you're gonna wear pink and you're gonna like it. It was great. Oh man. It was so fun. I love movies, man. I'm gonna go see Bob's tomorrow, maybe, or soon, hopefully. You should. It's so good. I genuinely, there's a song from it that I now have on my Spotify. There's a song that I was like, I need it, and I went and I looked and I downloaded it so quick. Oh my god. Pink Glittering Mountain. That's so good. So true, movies are so good. Exactly. My big hope, by the way, for this is two sure, there's the toys, but like realistically, this is two movies that have been like, this has been the biggest box office since the weekend of biggest box office weekend since Avengers Endgame happened. And it was two totally original screenplay movies, totally original, not based on properties and franchises. It's not Fast and Furious 10 or and not to dig on it, but you know, like, and it wasn't but like, it wasn't Mission Impossible 7. It was new, fresh, did well. For Oppenheimer, it's a drama that did well, which like the historic drama hasn't done well in the box office so long that they stopped really making them for the most part. Like they've been mostly being funded by directors who like are already well off and are like, I will pay for it. But studios won't say yes. It's wild. I answered you, by the way. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The children are awakened tree, plants, fairies, and dryads, like being, and so long as the grove stands, so will the children, and their matriarch, they're quasi-eternal. Ooh, I kind of love that. Wait, that's so cool. Oh man, nature magic's so sick. Epic year for movies. I know, right? Even Homeboy's getting a movie. I mean, I have thoughts on that movie, but even Homeboy's getting a movie. Dune Part 2 looks so good. Oh my god. Oh, it all looks so good, man. Also, hot take. I don't care. Listen, clown on me if you want. I don't care. I think at this point, I'm gonna say I think Willy Wonka looks good. I think it looks fine. I don't understand. Listen, the very first time I saw it, sure, I went, oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that line delivery. Old Timotei. But then I watched it again. Once I saw it again, I was like, oh no, this is fun. Okay. It looks silly and fun. It looks like it'll be a good time, man. Like, sure, if you went into it thinking it was gonna be, I don't know, some sort of gritty reimagining of Willy Wonka, I guess it's weird, but like, it's very Paddington, who it's the same director who made Paddington, and I'm like, this is gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be great. I think it's genuinely gonna be a fun, enjoyable, it's a kid's movie. It's gonna be like, but not in like a negative, like I just mean that in like, yeah, it's gonna be a fun, lighthearted little time. I think it looks great. Even if it's just to see people in really elaborate outfits do choreography, that alone will be the worst, like worth the price of admission, in my mind. Oh man, I want the Silly Chocolate Man who's, and that's the other thing. People are like, oh, look at this guy. You scratch that, reverse it. When really, like that, it's the same line from the Gene Wilder one, just delivered differently. It's not like new. Oh my god, and Hugh Grant is the Oompa Loompa? Oh my god. It's insane, man. It's insane. But I love it. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun ride. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just Hamilton, isn't it? I'm sorry, what? Oh my god. Like it's oh, choreography and good all right. Okay, I see you. I see. Get out of here with your kicks. Get. Oh god, I love BTTV. Oh, I love when people use it. It's my favorite thing, but nobody else in chat uses it. It's like very few people use it, and it's my favorite thing. See, I always have half a mind to put it on, like, to put chat on screen somewheres, like over here or something, just so that, like, people can see the little BTTV emotes, because I feel like some people who don't have it don't realize that it's emotes. They think people are just literally typing, like, Kek W kind of thing, like, oh, man. It's so good. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, no, it's nighttime. But, man, Barbie was so good, like... what's it called? Barbie was so good. Oppenheimer, fantastic. It's Robert Downey Jr.'s first real role post MCU. It's very not his usual role either. He usually plays like, and I don't just mean this as like Tony Stark, even though he did that for a long time, but he usually plays genius, savant, like quick talking, fast talking, like he usually plays like the brilliant character, which in this case is Oppenheimer. And it's not that he plays somebody stupid. It's just like, who he plays is a very different character, and I did such a double take. I was like, wait, I know, right? My friend didn't realize it was Matt Damon, and I was like, what? Yeah, no, that's Matt Damon as the general. It's Kenneth Branagh is Boar. Like, there's so many characters who are like blink and you'll miss it, and you're like, wait, was that? Like, it's a star-studded cast, and for why? No, but they all did so well, man. I loved Alden Ehrenreich. I love him. I wish he got more work. He was torpedoed. His career a little bit got torpedoed, sadly, due to backlash. That was not directed at him. I think he did a wonderful job as Han Solo in the Han Solo movie. But it got torpedoed because a boycott occurred of that movie. Due to people being all getting their little panties in a twist over Star Wars and stuff like that, and then they're like, I'm gonna boycott, which, you know, they have the right to. It's just like, I just feel bad how it seems to have somewhat affected his career. I'm like, no, he's a good actor, please, he's good, I promise. Speaking of MCU actor, out of the MCU, Tom Holland in the crowded room. How did I know? How did I know where that was going, huh? How did I know? Did I see clips of my son? Yes, please. That's the show he's in for that. Yes, it's the crowded room is the reason Tom Holland trended for 2 days straight. Yeah. My God. Man's does like a blink and you'll miss it sequence, and people are like, I think that what's really interesting is that was also keyed up to Troye Sivan's new song, and I think that launched that song to be his #1 song on Spotify now. Even though no idea what's being discussed, honestly, MJ, if you, I mean, don't get Twitter, but if you have Twitter, go to Twitter, type Tom Holland, you'll find it. Yeah, You know what? That's basically what it is. Oh man. Also, good on him, by the way. I saw him in an interview where he was talking about because like his new thing, Crowded Room, the show did not get good reviews off the jump, but he still did press and stuff like that, and he was very open. He's like, yeah, I mean, you know, as you guys already know, like, yeah, it didn't get good reviews, but I don't really care. I'm still here to do this and talk about how it was to film it and stuff like that. So I don't know, like that's like I don't know. I feel like if I made a show and it got like ridiculed by critics, I would want nothing more than to just like crawl under like my covers and die. Like, you know what I mean? By the critics, people are like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying like critical reception, but like, don't get me like. I get that, but at the same time, I truly do think Tom Holland probably took the project to get a good critical reception. I think he took this as something to be more of a bid towards like being taken quote unquote more seriously as an actor, because that's a problem that a lot of MCU actors have, where after the MCU they tend to be they flounder a little. Some find their niche, some don't. That needs to be 1, 2, 3 up, and that's 1, 2, 3 up. Perfect. Right. Yep. The three-headed dragon. Why would you do that? He directed part of it, actually. Wait, that's so cool. That's awesome. I'm glad. I think it's I find actors who end up directing at some point always become so much like more interesting as actors, because especially if they ever direct themselves, because then it's very clear that they've like seen like, and this isn't like a negative, they've just like seen something that they're like, oh, I see what I do there, like I see the crutch that I use in my acting for that or whatever, or I see how I'm constantly doing this or something like that, you know what I mean? Like it's just a really like a healthy thing of like artistically understanding what you do as an actor. I think stuff like that's so cool. Yep. The show is worth it if you have the occasion to watch it. See, I feel like I want to watch it, but I feel like it's on Apple TV, and I don't have Apple TV. What do I really want Apple TV? So I'm like, eh. What are we building? We're building a big old factory to build a kelp farm in. Because I'm tired of mining coal. So I'm going to make a kelp farm. And that kelp farm is going to give me unlimited dried out kelp. And then that is going to feed my automatic smelter. Uno momento. I had the hiccups. I got the hiccups briefly. I don't know why. Weird. What was that? What was that noise? I'm one of them bony boys. I hear you rattling around. Oh man. Think about watching Bob's Burgers again, but actually watching all of it instead of missing every other episode because the pirate site was awful. Oh man, Bob's Burgers so good. There's so many good shows. Sorry, that's just me. I tend to rattle. Oh, no, don't rattle. Oh my god. Bees heard the song Shake, Rattle, and Roll and took that literally. Bees was like, all right, bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Listen, man, I can't help it, man. I'm just shake, rattle, and roll. Oh my god, I need more of the little goiggledish. I am one of the bony boys. They unblurred the picture, boys. Rattle them. Bees don't have skeletons, now they do. Oh my god. It's one of the Mooney Boys! No, I don't want to go down there, but I need that. Ah ha ha! Hey. Sweet Jesus, what is why? Why? It's unreasonable, honestly. Let me just gather some materials to get across. Yeah, buddy. More than I feel, the more I'm in love. Wait, that reaction image you referenced, it's my favorite thing. Oh, they unblurred the picture, boys. Rattle them. That one? Yeah, I love that. It's also I enjoy that. I love slapping that bad boy into the sub channel on rare occasion just to absolutely obliterate some fools. You want to watch it? I can share my screen via Discord using my codes. Remove my screen via Discord from the center. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I'll probably be able to get my hands on it. You see, I know that morally speaking, there's certain bays you can sail to that are fine because it's Apple. And I you know, L to them. I just need to get around to it. Yo ho, boy. You guys remember when Pirates of the Caribbean 3 opened with them just like killing a child? Like they just really were like, Pirates of the Caribbean 1. How are we gonna do the? Let's have two kids. Will they fall in love? Will they not? Who knows? Apparently an awakening for a lot of bisexual people. Didn't know that till I watched a TV show that was like, oh yeah, that's a big thing. And then I learned that from my friend, and I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But anyway, so that we will turn. And then the second one, they're like, marriage time. And then third one, they're like, the kid's dying. He's gonna get hanged. Like that's insane. Who does that? A Pirates movie? Oh, you are a thorn in my side. You are a menace. Why not? They're great. Can I wear plant? Sleep well, dude. I see 2.5 of them. Oh. And first one, probably like 5 times. Oh man, the first one, I've seen the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie so many times. I love that movie. I've watched that movie so many times. I don't even know why. Like I adored that movie, man. I would like forcibly put that thing on. Like I tricked people. I lied about what I put, like what movie I put on. I was like, oh yeah, no, we'll watch, I don't know, like some other random movie that people want to watch, like some new movie, and then it would get to like the first play scene, and then they just be like, wait a minute, this is Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm like, heh. Like I'd just lie. I'd change out the DVD, man. I'd just be like, nope. Pirates. L. Suffocate a man or bomb a Huh? Every time it goes like, hey, we should totally watch the Pirates movie, right? Let's go! And then we watch the first one and never... Oh, no, see, I watch all 3 of the first 3. The first 3 are a one... I think the third one is good. I don't care what people say. There's people out there, haters. The haters will say, they'll be like, oh, nah, the third movie, it gets tired and played out and it's not good. Haters, a lot of them. Not me. I see it for the beauty it is. It's fun. It's a fun time. It's a fun little ride. It's a fun little ride. It's a joyous little gimbly boobly. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's wonderful. Incredibles, the Pixar movie? I mean, I know what movie. I just don't know what you mean by somebody suffocated. I don't recall that. I mean, I remember that like he tackles the bomb person, the French bomb person out of the jump. Like he tackles them, and then they're just like Bon Voyage or whatever is the name, and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's a crime. You broke his neck or something. Oh wait, no, it's that he caught some guy who was trying to jump off a building, broke his collarbone because of it, and so then he's like, I'm gonna sue, which is whack, but all right. Because they treated it like there was no laws. I'm like, what? Were there no laws protecting the supers? Like, this is the first person to ever try suing the superheroes. Really? How do you? Like they're backed up by the government. How is there no laws being like, yeah, in the line of duty, things happen. You know what I mean? Again, they do everything I've described. My God. It doesn't like you insulting naps even in a PG way. See, it's not censored for me, so I don't know, bees. Maybe you got little baby man censors on. Not like me. I say frick. Yeah, that's right. Get obliterated. Get geist. Ooh. Frick yeah. I'll censor you, baby man. No! It's not allowed. Is that why you have diamond tools? Effectively, though, with the 2-year anniversary, I did find this massive underground chamber where I did forswear an oath, and as a return, the gods gave me this. I just gotta enchant that bad boy. He just ignores. I just gotta enchant it. I just gotta get around to it, man. Yeah, there was a whole thing. Yeah. Highly recommend watching the lore. It was fun. It was fun to put together. It's on the VODs channel. It took a long time to build that. I terraformed for months. It was a lot. The rest of the gods didn't invite me to this thing. L. L plus ratio. I think actually, yeah, it references several gods. I don't know if it references B's god. I tried to like, that's one of the things where it's kept to, and this isn't like a dig, by the way. I just quite literally, like, it tends to be the case that whenever I want to reference a god, I tend to just choose gods that are either seemingly going to be relevant and or of people who are like quite active. Just because I'm like, oh, they're quite active, so they'll probably see it. And that just feels like more of like a fun thing to do that way. So it's more about that. And again, that's not a dig, like, be active more. I just mean like that's normally the deciding factor for things. The sheer volume of activity of an individual. Which is why, be active. Was I referenced? You have been referenced. Arguably, yes, you were referenced in that recent one. Not by name, but within the subtext of it, yes. I really should put one together. I'm just I should do more stuff with my god. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. The more you guys do, the more that I have to work with. And then if I have something to work with, like Mythic's probably been referenced the most, I think. Mythic's god's probably been referenced the most. But that was early on, and that was just because there was the most detail. Pink and Edward's gods have been referenced a good amount. Kalim's been referenced a good amount. Killer's been referenced a couple times. Socks has been referenced a couple times, though not much recently, because, well, some more stuff like that. I have a full backstory and everything. I've just never written it out. Tisk. How could you? if I got a fancy old domain like Pink, but I never made one. Oof. At some point I'll do it. Like, I want to do it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It just, all that, like, what that changes is it means that there's more likelihood that you guys can actually get, like, a build that's dedicated to that. Like, for instance, there's been builds that have been dedicated to Gods of Souls, and there's been Poetic Consequence, and the like. So, like, it's been easier to reference things like that when there's detail to do so. But I don't want to do anything with them. No! Inspiration to finish the origin story, man. That's not gonna happen. Oof. Well, L plus ratio, I suppose. L plus ratio, you know? You can't win them all, unless you're me. I do, in fact, win them all. That's just a fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whap, whap, whap. Wait a minute. No, it's not meant to be 14 tall. It's meant to be 10 tall. Wait a minute. No. Whap. Ah! I fell. This is devastating. 20 days to watch every stream. Easy. No. Oh my god. So give me the energy to design the god while I'm on the road with no drawing tablet. Do it. You know what's been interesting? I've been playing, so this weekend I re-downloaded and I've been playing a lot of a game called Mafia 2. It's a pretty old game. Like came out in, I want to say like 2009, 2010. When did Mafia 2, Mafia 2 release date? 2010, yeah. Came out in 2010. I like my interaction with that game originally was because I sneakily and not meant to be allowed. I mean, I wasn't meant to be able to watch this game, but I sneakily watched it in watched a YouTuber play it, not letting me madre find out that I was watching such a thing. I was like, no, I'm watching things I meant to. Don't worry about it. But anyway, it's just Minecraft. Don't worry, it's a mod. But anyway, oh man. But what I was gonna say was yeah. So like, I remember that's how I originally consumed it, and I've been replaying it recently, and it's so interesting to see the difference in how kind of like so many games are the same now. And I don't mean this in a negative way. I just mean like there were certain things just kind of worked out of like, oh yeah, that's how you make games like that. It's such a trip to play it. Like, it for instance, it's kind of, it used to mirror GTAs and stuff like that. It used to be a Mafia game and a GTA and a Saints Row game would all kind of come out around the same time. And Mafia 2 was pretty big. It was a pretty big game for its time. But what's really interesting is it actually, like, has mechanics that, like, no game would bother putting in now. It, like speeding. Some are even, like, annoying. Like, the speeding mechanic is an annoying mechanic. But it's in it for like, cause it's in that period of games, like really like this was like the first time of like open world to this degree kind of existing, that like 5-year period of like GTA 4 to like GTA 5 kind of thing, like that period of games coming out all being like, oh, open world, drive around, cops if you do crime, okay, you know what I mean? I'm old in that. I'm saying old in terms of games. It's what, 14 years ago? 13, 14 years ago, effectively, that game came out? Like, that's a while, man. Okay, I guess quite literally, it'll be 13 years old in August of this year. But, like, that's it's like, a whole kid has grown up and gone to middle school in that time, man. Like, Like a whole child has been born and is now absolutely like through middle school, and you're like, oh, it's so recent. He was like, okay, come on, man. No. Sweet Jesus, I'm gonna delete that thing at some point. I'm gonna delete that stupid Nightbot quote one of these days, man. One of these days. But anyway, no, it's very interesting. There's lots of games back in that time period though that like have so many different mechanics that are just like so odd, but give it a lot of like value in life and stuff like that, and it just feels interesting. It's also very clearly like, it's also so weird to see how far games have come. Like you walk around on some snow and I turn around and there's no footprints, and it's such a little thing, but I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that would be really weird for a modern game of like AAA status to like not do the footprint thing where it's like you can see where you've walked, and that was like a landmark thing of that becoming a thing in games. And it's all the like little things that just have become added more and more, and you can see it's like in the early stages, like there's diners to go to, and there's suit shops, and like you can repair your car, not unlike GTA, to change colors on it, stuff like that, and there's kind of side quests, but realistically, you're not meant to be living in the city. It's not like GTA 5 in terms of like how much, like there's not really side activities to do. You can choose to go, I don't know, role play on your own and like hang around in the city if you want, but there's no means to want to do so. And it's always trying to like, it's always got the marker up with like guided waypoint, like track on your minimap of like where you're meant to be going. You know what I mean? Updates. I got Final Fantasy 13 for Xbox 360 for $3. I don't know why it was so cheap. I'm also hoping it's a Sonic 06 situation because I love goofy, glitchy games. Bro, you should buy Gollum. Buy that Gollum game. By the way, did you guys realize they have a typo in their apology? I saw somebody point that out online. Where like the apology that studio put up afterwards, be like, we're sorry, our game's bad. Like in that apology, they have typos on like the trademarks of like on the titles of Lord of the Rings and Gollum. And I'm like, bro, how do you have typos on the titles? Like of all, on the official statement, man. Oh my god. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of want to do, I don't know if they ever like, I'm saying this in a way of like very non-committal. I don't know if I ever would do this, but it's been, as I've been playing, I've been like, I kind of want to do a deep dive into some older games. I don't know. It's not really been, I mean, not that I exactly truly have a content niche. I know I'm meant to. I know everybody's like, oh, you gotta like find the thing that your audience likes and then do that and do it into the ground. I kind of hate that. I kind of like being able to just kind of put up whatever, which currently I have. I mean, I put up 2 video essays. I put up most of a playthrough of a Star Wars game. I played Monopoly randomly. I kind of like throwing random things at the wall for it, because YouTube for me is very much like a thing of just like, hey, it's fun. But I kind of like the idea of like doing this deep dive, and I'm not sure if I want to do a comparison with it and Red Dead. Because those are absolutely different games, but they're very similar in the sense that like Mafia is such a story game. Like it is such a weirdly like you finish the thing and it goes end of chapter, next chapter starts, because it's effectively like watching a Mafia movie. Like, and it's hitting all like right down to like, yeah, like, oh, we gotta go open the like the camera in the trunk looking up as you open the trunk to look in and bury a body. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a distance to where Red Dead Redemption 2 gets to versus that game in like about a decade. And both are clearly so story oriented and so, but also very much those 2 games. As I'm playing it, I'm realizing like one's clearly trying to emulate the Western and one's trying to emulate the Mafia movie. And they're trying to give you that experience of being in that movie while still being a video game. You know what I mean? And I feel there's a lot to kind of look into on that. because it's this really interesting, very, very stylistic choice of game design that goes into it because of that. And that informs everything that works in the game, right down to like what's available, what you can do as side things, what's said, how you speak, what you do, like the radio, what's on that, like, because it's set in the height of like, well, you know, I won't talk about Mafia 2 then too much, just because if I do end up doing that video, it's something that's been itching at me for a little while, which is why it's actually why I started playing Mafia 2, because I had it on my brain for so long, and then I was like, yeah, that would be a fun video. Well, maybe I'll play it and see what becomes of that. But I feel like a deep dive into like where gaming has come from that to Red Dead is a little interesting. I have that. I have 3 videos that I'm scripting right now at this point. That one I'm not at any sort of scripting phase with, but I should say I have 2 that I'm scripting right now. But I'm not sure where they'll lead, because one of them I feel bad about, but I shouldn't. It's just, I shouldn't feel bad. It feels mean, because it's kind of a dig into Mojang a little bit. Not really, not for Minecraft, but, well, it's an exploration of how Game Pass is affecting gaming because of what's happened with Minecraft Legends. The downfall of Legends. See, that's the thing, though. It's hard to say if it's a downfall. It is about Legends, yes. Because, you know, active players on Steam is 42. I'll put this in perspective. Half-Life 2, like games that are decades old still have over 100 players. Half-Life's a bad example. That has like 1,000 active players daily. Like, the only comparable game I could find on Steam right now is Redfall. Like, Cyberpunk has way more players on Steam. And even though it's mostly fixed now, sure, but like, even it still has way more players. It's unfortunate. Man, is somebody already done? Oh, did I get beaten to the punch? Oh, well. Nope, 26. Well, see, that's the thing. Even beyond that, though, like, here's the difference, though. On Game Pass, they've already said it has 3 million active players. Or not active, but it has 3 million players on Game Pass. 3 million! But nobody can see the, nobody can really see Game Pass's stats. So I don't know how much of that's active, I don't know how much of that's downloaded, and it's then hard to say how many people really are playing. But it's interesting for a game that's had as much hype as it's had, of like years. You gotta realize, they dedicated huge sections of 3 Minecraft lives to Legends. And it kind of just came out and people forgot about it pretty instantly. It still has an animation on the launcher. Like, they're trying to keep people interested in that thing. Oh, well. Yeah, here, let me build up that side. Do I need... No, I have this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whip, whip. For a second, every time on Reddit someone says Legends has X players, there's always a comment like, well, Game Pass. Like, no, I don't believe it all. Well, see, that's the thing. It's one of those things where you just don't know. I could believe it, because you got to think of, like, what you really got to think of is how many kids are playing it. Like, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that totally in like you got to realize how many kids who have no thought on anything, like, are just in their Midwestern home or whatever kind of thing, just like, oh yeah, Minecraft game, and are just playing it, like, not a thought towards it in the slightest. It's a lot. It's more than people give credit to. Like, it's the same. Like, there's a lot of kids who play games like that, and maybe are playing it with their friends too. But it's just, I don't know. I think after all the hype of like, oh, this might revitalize the RTS genre, they're trying to do something interesting, I feel very bad for Blackbird Interactive, but I don't know. Maybe it's misplaced. And I think, yeah, I don't want to give too much away, because there's something on the tip of my tongue that I keep wanting to touch on, but I don't want to, because I wanted to say something for the video, because I've learned some things, and I think there's some interesting things to look into with regards to Game Pass and what Game Pass means for the industry going forward. So, because realistically, a video on Legends is a video on Game Pass, I think, at this point. I've been, like, in the weirdest of way, man, I've wanted to like, the only way I can describe it is I feel at times like I'm being, and this is blowing it out of proportion, totally, but it feels like journalistic because there's nothing on it. And so I'm like digging into things. I've emailed people to be like, hey, I'm at X university. Like, I'm just lying about why I'm doing this. I'm just straight up like, oh, I'm doing research for a paper. Like, I'm like, I'm with this university. I would like to know, what can you tell me about demographics and like, oh my god. But no, I have not seen a video on it. You should make the video. I'm intrigued. Let's go. Well, see, that's the thing. However many months it'll be. Originally, it was going to be Minecraft Legends 4 months later. Obviously, that's past because July. But even if it's in August, like 5 months later, I think I might wait till, I don't know if like September would be, I think 6 months later. Because that's when you really see it. Like 6 months later, Minecraft Legends. Lying gets results. It's so interesting though. It's just like the company's never gonna like tell anybody else, and if they think it's just some random student trying to just get some information to like write a paper that's gonna go nowhere, and I'm like, please, I just would like to know, because I think it's gonna have a lot of implications going forward, man, on like the industry at large. I think people are really underplaying how like impactful this focus on excuse me, how impactful this focus on Game Pass is gonna be for the gaming industry. Like, there's people talking about it. I'm not saying I'm the sole person to consider it. I'm just saying, like, I think this could spell a lot of changes, and I don't necessarily know if it'll be good. Like, I don't know if those changes will mean good things. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. The videos like that, though, are also just videos I do because I'm just interested. But yeah, I have a few other things planned. Which I really don't want to say because I feel like I always say that and then nothing happens. But yeah, I don't know. I really do want the back half of 2023 into 2024 to be like a fun time on the YouTube channel. I feel motivated to do more YouTube. I do. It's more just a matter of like balancing life, because I also know that I don't want to fall into like a trap of like, I don't know, letting my personal life fall to smithereens. All because I'm just too obsessed with like effectively my hobby. Like, oh, but well, I digress. I keep telling myself I don't want to talk about that, but here I am. What even is Game Pass? I've heard. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So Game Pass, Microsoft effectively is trying to be like the Netflix of gaming, in essence. It's a subscription that you pay once a month. I think it's like it's an untenable amount at this point. Like it's only because Microsoft's like a $1 trillion company they can afford this. So basically, pay, I think it's what, $10-15 a month, and you get every access to every game on Game Pass. It's, for consumers, a really good, insanely good deal, because you get like even new launches get added to Game Pass, particularly if they're by a Microsoft studio, which now they own most of the market after they keep buying more and more. Like Starfield will be on Game Pass day one, and same with lots of other things. Lots of things are day one Game Pass, and basically it means you don't have to buy the game. You can just play it off Game Pass and move on. It's letting it does mean, however, you don't own the game. If it leaves Game Pass for whatever reason, you no longer have it. But similarly speaking, digital stores these days, if you ever get your account banned, you also lose all your digital games as well, because you don't own those either. You're already just licensing those. You've been busy. It's no problem. Yeah, I just feel bad. And now you can ride out the end with as much as possible. Nah. I was excited, and I am still excited. Like, I never felt better, I think, than when I was doing the Nightmare Before Christmas video, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, I really do recommend it. I think it's probably my best video I've ever made in terms of editing, and I think it's a story worth telling. I understand if it's not your thing, kind of thing, but I don't know. It was a passion project for me, for sure. But yeah, anyway, so Game Pass is basically like a subscription service for games. I can see how that's a great deal for consumers if you want to try new games and stuff. Exactly. And not even just that, like lots of games pretty well stay forever. And it has old games too. Like games that like are pretty difficult to track down or aren't really released much anymore. And it makes them all available, and there's lots of exclusives to that store as well. And it means, you know, if you and your friends all have Game Pass, you will all always have the same games available to you. And you can be like, hey, let's play Sea of Thieves. Hey, which is a game that's never gonna leave Game Pass, kind of thing. And it means that you don't really, and because it has cloud saving, not unlike Steam, you don't have to keep the game downloaded. You can undownload it and then re-download it whenever you want to play it, and it'll have your old save still because it's linked to your account. So, like, there's lots of benefits to Game Pass for the consumer. The issue becomes, and the question is at this point, it's definitely not making as much money as Microsoft would make from just selling the games. And it makes it difficult to tell how much a game's making. You know what I mean? Like, it's not unlike in the early days of streaming on Spotify and stuff like that, where for the longest time, the Billboard Top 100 did not count Spotify streams onto their, it didn't count Spotify streams in deciding where you are in the top 10. Because it was like, who knows? You know what I mean? It still counted radio play. It now counts things like Apple Music and Spotify streaming, but it used to not. And it's very much in that days of like Microsoft isn't reporting, because that means you have no new, because for them, they're saying it's wildly successful. They also say it is tenable and that they won't have to raise the price. A lot of people think they're trying to do this to kill competition for a lot of things, and then they'll raise the price. But I don't know. It's effectively games as a service. It's paying a monthly fee to just have games. And like thousands of games. It's not like a couple games. It's thousands. New releases, top-end titles, ones that are like constants that you'll always want to play, like a Call of Duty kind of thing. I'm not saying that you necessarily play Call of Duty. I'm just saying like ones like that where there's always going to be a market of people. Like Game Pass could be good enough for that alone. And I'm not sure off the top of my head if this is true for every game, but some games it includes the DLC for. So you don't have to pay extra. So it's really good for consumers right now, at least. But the question is for developers, particularly the ones bought and paid for by Microsoft, because they own so many studios now, what they're nervous about is that technically on paper, they're not turning a profit. Well, for Microsoft, they might view it as, well, your game got people on Game Pass, and that's really what we care about. That is what Phil Spencer cares about, who's the head of Xbox division right now. The question becomes, how long does that go? Because at a certain point, I mean, what people don't understand about the difference between Microsoft and say Sony is Sony needs PlayStation. Like they do. They make a lot of money outside it. Like Sony is a $1 billion company that makes movies, and they make movies, the Spider-Man movies, stuff like that. They make movies, they make TVs, they make lots of stuff, but the PlayStation makes them a lot of money. Microsoft doesn't need Xbox. Xbox is like a side thing they just happen to do. Like, Microsoft is a $1 trillion company without a drop from Xbox. They don't need it. But boy, are they spending a lot on it. They are closing out the largest single business deal ever done. It's like, what, $65 billion for the acquisition of Activision Blizzard? They bought Activision and Blizzard. They bought ZeniMax Bethesda. They just bought Bethesda. That was for like, what, $7 billion? Disney bought Star Wars for $4 billion. Like, they're spending crazy amounts of money. Like genuine, bonker, like, fortunes. That it's like, why? And it's all in the name of making Game Pass this perfect thing. Anyway, I'm not going to go further into it, but that's basically what Game Pass is. It really is like as much as I'm making it sound like it's a negative, realistically, it's a really good deal for consumers. And I think if you have an Xbox, they also have it for Windows as well. There's also the Windows, like Game Pass also is on Windows. So you also don't even need an Xbox. If you play Windows games, Game Pass is a really good deal for anybody. Especially because I think you can lock in at a year and it's like even a reduced rate. It's like $9 a month if you're locked in for a year. Because it's still in early days. It's kind of like Disney Plus in its early years when it was like, or in its early days where they're like, lock in for 3 years at $7 a month. And you get because what's crazy about Disney Plus to this day is like, prior to that, there was this concept of the Disney Vault, for those not familiar, which was Disney never let all of their animated projects, and like from like Snow White forward kind of thing, they would never let all of them be available at once. Some would be just out of production intentionally. They would keep scarcity alive. And that's like that was a whole part of their like business model. So Disney Plus totally flipped on that and was like, no, all of it's available. All of it is always available, which is crazy. Look at my bike stuck in a tree. What? Couldn't you download the game to your PC and then unsub from Game Pass? Sorry, I'm a bit confused. No worries. I'm like vaguely explaining it. No, effectively no. You need like Game Pass, basically its existence. You're not downloading it onto your PC. You're downloading the game effectively onto Game Pass. You're not even really downloading it. You're downloading like a key that lets you play the game effectively. But also much the same as like other situations like with a subscription. Think of like World of Warcraft. If you downloaded World of Warcraft, the launcher and everything like that, it just won't let you play the game if you boot it up and you haven't paid your subscription. You know what I mean? It'll just be like, your account hasn't paid the subscription. Because that's the key that like Game Pass operates as a key basically to say, yes, you get access to this game. Gotta go. Bye, Dance. Bye, Dragon Corn. Have a good rest of the stream. Enjoyed today's stream. Oh, thanks, dude. I'm glad. I had a blast. I'm having a blast. I threw my bike in the lava. What are you doing with your bike? Oh my god. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, Game Pass is like this really interesting change to the industry that I think is not being talked about enough for how impactful I think it's probably gonna be. Like, all things considered, Game Pass is like an insane move by a company to make that they didn't need to. But it's also wild because Xbox is like openly also talking like, oh yeah, we're third place and we know we're third place and we're fine with that. We're not trying to catch up. We're not trying to win a console war. We know we're third place. We're just trying to make Game Pass. And no one else is really doing a Game Pass yet. So I don't know. It's in this weird place where it's like, is this like some crazy new future thing that just no one else is getting yet? Is Microsoft like innovating in a way that Netflix did that like no one, like, because people thought Netflix was crazy. People were like, yeah, okay, a subscription for movies, sure, that's never gonna beat Blockbuster. That's never gonna, you're never gonna get anywhere with that, kid. Lo and behold, they did, so, you know. All right, I need some more andesite and stone. Andesite and stone, there's a stone I need, there's the andesite, perfect. Some of these slabs too, why not? Oh, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Baba boy. I mean, it's Microsoft. I don't think the console war matter when they're yeah, sorry. That was the point I was trying to make earlier. Is what people don't realize is like, yeah, Microsoft doesn't need Xbox to do anything. It's literally just a passion project they happen to have. It could never turn a profit, and Microsoft would never feel it. Like, they are a $1 trillion company. Like, that is an insane thing to be. Like, there is never a moment in time they will ever have to worry, oh, jeez, we didn't turn a profit on Xbox. It's like, okay. And, like they could, in a given year, lose all the money like Xbox is worth and really not care. The crazy thing is that they are caring currently and are putting effort and money into acquiring things for Xbox, which is wild. It's a little vindictive as well, though, but I think that's because what a lot of people don't realize, there was also like a whole like drama thing with PS4 and Xbox One, where like PlayStation and Xbox supposedly agreed on a price, and then Sony effectively just went back on it. Like at that E3 where they announced the price, Xbox went first, and they supposedly agreed on a very similar price for the console. Microsoft announced, they say how much the console costs, Sony comes out after, announces theirs for $100 cheaper. Like, crazy type of like corporate stuff. But it wasn't like a signed agreement, it was just like a verbal, yeah, we'll do that. So there's that element, and that alone like gave them such a leg up in the beginning. Because like Xbox was kind of getting close to, like, I wouldn't call it dominating, but it was definitely getting close to being in a dominant position by the end of the 360's lifespan. I'm sorry, I am just verbally dumping console gaming history on you guys for no reason. I am so sorry. I'm just like, no, you don't understand. Like, oh my god. But yeah, anyway, I just think it's a neat subject, and I think Minecraft Legends is an excellent case study for that. I'm very interested to where it'll go, and what it means for the industry writ large. And yeah, it's interesting. I'm listening and engaging. Okay. I worry. You guys know this. You know this. I've been worrying. This is not news. How's that coming along anyway? It could use with some more growth. I like it. I certainly like it more. I think it looks a lot better over there. Ow. And like that. Perfect. And then it fades off. Nice. The hole in my road. Where is the hole in the road? Wait, /J. Oh my god. Alright, let's go see if that is finished cooking. The brick, I mean. And if it has, great. And if it hasn't, oh well. We certainly made a lot more progress because I got the materials ready in advance of stream. Sadly, we got a little bit sidetracked because we had to expand the project a lot more than I realized. I didn't realize I was so, like, I thought I'd built it bigger than I did originally, but oh well. At a time? Oh yeah, you missed that part at the head of the stream. Yeah, we didn't have to go mining for any of this brick that we used today, which is a lot of brick. I just kind of had it all cooked and ready and built and ready to go at the beginning. And we expanded we expanded 2 slots out on both sides because I realized I had not built this as big as I had intended to. Yeah, this is gonna be a big boy factory. This is gonna be big. You know, realistically, we should at some point build a connecting bridge. Probably like here, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want a bridge on this side. I do like the farmland just being like detached entirely from the industrial district, and the idea that like I will build like a wall on this side of the waterway, but not on that side. You know what I mean? It's like the natural barrier between like the city and the not city. Like what I'll probably do is build like the wall to come out to here, and then a little bit of a divot in and around there. But alas. There we go. right. 1 second. Where's the call? There it is. There's. Cook it up. Cook it up. Oh, see, this is why we need the kelp farm, man. I keep running out of coal. This is the worst. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of running out of coal, man. It's so much. Oh man. I do wonder where games will go in future, though. I must admit, I'm curious how. What's very interesting for those that don't know is there's actually there's a legal battle that Microsoft just won for the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and are appealing the decision in the UK, because in the UK they lost, and they originally lost here as well, but they appealed it and secured victory, so now they can buy that company. Originally, the thing holding them off is not due to monopoly, though. I will say that. The issue the UK has with it is that they feel that Microsoft will have a monopoly, but on cloud gaming, and that's just because they feel no one else is in the sphere yet. So it's killing the possibility of them ever being challenged very early on. But I don't know, man. There's been other people trying to get into cloud gaming. Google Stadia failed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, I can't imagine being one of those people who bought Google Stadia. Oh my god. Woo. That's rough. That's rough. That's one of those ones where you just go, ooh. Man, I can't believe, which is also wild that they closed, like they just closed up shop with it. They were like, yeah, and everything's offline now, which I get. Like it's a sunk cost you don't need anymore. Like it wasn't going anywhere, but it's Google. They could have run Stadia forever and never noticed. Like it's an accounting error for them at best. Like the cost to run Stadia, although it's like multiple tens of millions of hundreds of millions, that's nothing to Google, man. They could spend that on a lunch if they wanted. Like, they don't care. They don't need to worry. Good lord. What the frick is Stadia, Google? Exactly, Australia, exactly. Yeah, Stadia was Google's big jump into the console sphere, where Google was like, we're making our own console and it's gonna be in the cloud. The idea was you wouldn't own any games. It's not unlike Game Pass. You don't own any games, you pay a subscription, and you don't have to host the games either. You don't have to download the games. You're basically jumping into an online space. And you're gonna I know. Oh, well, why am I explaining that? I don't know. Why'd you ask what it was? Oh my god. Man's just like, what is that? I'm just kidding, I know. Good lord. Good Google tree. Man, it's apps. I got played like a fiddle on Stadia because it sucks. Oh, fair. But yeah, it was, oh man, it's insane. It's insane that like they decided to just be like, and it's dead. We don't want to run it anymore. It's nuts. Oh well, maybe they needed a tax write-off. Also, you know what? I was back to Barbenheimer, which we were talking about earlier. One of my other favorite things about this, which I was gonna say earlier when I was talking about how I hope one of the takeaways from it for some studios is that it's two totally original properties, like two totally original IPs. They've done very well. Biggest box office weekend since Endgame, and it wasn't like a sequel. It wasn't some big IP. One was in fact a historical drama. And so what's interesting, that it's crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room full of rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Oh my god. But no, I was gonna say was yeah, what I hope it also shows to them with this friggin' strike going on. Gee willikers, big movies like the latest Transformers or Fast and the Furious 10 all failed. Or Indiana Jones 5 all really financially underperformed and did really poo-poo pee-pee bad, you know? Poo-poo caca stinky. They did bad. And you know what? The original thoughts that require a lot of not that the others don't, but ones that could absolutely not be created by something like an AI did really well. People love them. Good reviews, critical reception, an event for people to see. Like, bro, that's great. That's awesome. Like, oh, why aren't you striking? Because you want to use more AI? Oh, maybe talent does matter. Maybe it matters that you had a talented director and that Greta Gerwig was involved. Maybe she's what made that movie work. Good lord. But anyway, I digress. My point being just like, I hope it shows something. Google Stadia was a gaming service with subpar hardware and absolutely no consideration that the internet infrastructure is not stable. It's definitely a Silicon Valley, like everybody has the greatest of all internet. Yes. You know, live streaming games, not like Twitch streaming. Like the game is running on Google servers and your input have to be sent to them first, and off the experience horrible. Like, yep, it was definitely thought up by some think tank in Silicon Valley that's like, yes, everybody has wonderful internet. Of course, there's no such thing as bad internet. That's a thing of the past. Yes, everybody has the greatest possible internet. What's the Midwest? I've never heard Oh, Ohio. That's a fake place. You're talking about fake things. Yeah, sure, I'll meet you there. You and Rumpelstiltskin. You and Bilbo Baggins, sure. I'm SOS, so excited for Barbie for personal special reasons. Understandable, but I don't know how to ask my mom. I mean, it's just a fun movie to go to. Like, no matter what, it's just a fun movie to go to. Honestly, if I would say, not that you got to do it this way. If you could talk them into Barbenheimer, not that I think you should have to, but like, you know, if you talk them into Barbenheimer, you can absolutely show it as like, oh, it's a big internet trend. I want to see both. I want to see both because internet, haha, funny. But it doesn't have to be for haha funny reasons. You could want to see both for really important and emotional reasons too. That is also poggers. It does not have to be. It does not have to be a meme. But you could also disguise it as a meme, haha funny. You know? Barbie Brandon, I want to be with them. Understandable. It's such a good movie. New Oppenheimer? That's crazy. Wait, that's actually crazy? I was crazy once. Put me in a room. Rubber room full of rats. Rats make me crazy. Anyway, but no, wait, that's genuinely sick. Wait, seriously? Dude, that's wild. That's genuinely bonkers. Oh my god. Dude's like, oh, I knew that guy. Yeah, he blew up the first atom bomb. Nice fella. Bit of a communist, though. bit of a problem guy, yeah. Bit of a drain on the old coffers. I lived in the same house at the same address for 10 plus years, and the internet company still refused to install wired home internet at this address because, get this, they didn't put in enough connections for everyone here, and they say there's not enough interest to bother building more. Oh! I do want to see both, but I really want to see Barbie Oppenheimer. It just seems interesting. might present it to her as that though. That's good idea. No, seriously, I know people who like that's how they presented it to people because they were, not to speak for you, but like in what sounds like a similar situation where they're like, oh, I want to see it, but I don't want people to know that I want to see Barbie particularly. I mean, Oppenheimer seems cool, I guess, but yeah, it's I think that's an easy enough way to be able to be like, oh yes, both, yes, of course, because it's trendy, yes, of course. But yeah, and both are also really good. I thoroughly enjoyed both, but I don't get me wrong. I honest to God, hand to God, Barbie I think had more. How do I phrase this? Because I don't think it's a matter of liking Barbie more, because I think they're fairly on par for that. I don't know. I'd have to see them again to fully determine that. I think Barbie had more of an emotional impact, if that makes sense. Just in the sense of like, and no, chatters, I don't mean like, oh geez, I never understood that women possibly experience problems in this world. No, I obviously, that's not news. Yes, I'm not an idiot. I just mean like, I think it had a more human experience to it, and more of a like at the end of watching it, me going like, oh, I have something to think on. Like that's more of an emotional thing to chew on afterwards to me than Oppenheimer. But I think the reason for that is just because like, not unlike with Don't Look Up or Bo Burnham, like his special Inside Out, where people were like, oh, I've never a lot of people who had I guess never really paid much attention to the climate crisis were like, yeah, man, the world's already over, it's dying, it's blah, 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 or whatever kind of thing, like that takeaway of like the problems in life and society and all that. And people are like, yeah, man, he's really saying something. I'm like, this isn't news. It been that way. That's not news. It's not really saying anything. That's like totally new or fresh in a way of saying it. Much same. I mean, nuclear politics has been something I've studied for a long time. So it's like not new. It's not as impactful in the way that like, yes, I'm fully aware that what we did with that was wild, and we, for the first time ever, we as a species were able to actually destroy ourselves. I mean, it's argued by some historians that is the single greatest, or not greatest isn't good, but like single most important moment in human history. Simply because it's the only and first time that we created a possibility that we ourselves could end ourselves. Totally. Like, totally end ourselves. In a way that never really was possible before. You know what I mean? Sorry, I totally missed some messages. So Google Stadia really just highlighted that the weird dichotomy, good, reliable, high-speed internet is becoming necessary. Everything from grocery shopping and work and school, but internet companies digging in their heels won't sell to people who need it. Good Stadia died because of lack of access to internet. That's my high horse and I'll die. No, that's absolutely a valid take, man. I want to see it to Barbie wearing my most expensive suit. I'm proud to want to watch Barbie. Absolutely, dude. It's exactly the position I'm in. For real. I told my mom, I don't know, and leaned over my cousin and went, I know exactly what I want to see. I'm just too embarrassed to tell her. Oh my god. No, and that's the thing, and that's understand. I mean, I don't want to comment on anybody's existing relationship. Maybe they'd be chill for you to just go see Barbie. They might be happy enough to have you do that. Oh, Nap, get this. I can't get groceries delivered from a grocery store that's not even 10 miles away because whatever metric they use to decide, it says that my address is too far away. Hey, yo! Bro, what? Weird. Other people seem to enjoy Barb because I'm really in it for Barbie World, and the rest of it seemed odd, but a lot of friends who are also into Barbie World really like the whole thing. So yeah, nice. Get banned in Serbia because they put Greater Albania on a map in the movie? Did it? I have no idea. I'll be real. I did not hear that. That's kind of... Wait, really? Bro, that's nuts. I mean, like, this is bonkers. That's crazy. Don't piss off Serbia, I guess. When me and my besties rewatch it, when I get home, we're so dressing up for it. They've got it in the brain rot. I'm so excited for it. Let's go. A second, I'm gonna go see if there's a solid block I could use for the bottom here. In Vietnam for putting a historical line on a map. But the map was incredibly cartoony and stupid. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, because, I know exactly what map you're talking about. Yeah, the map's way off. It's not a good map at all. It looks like it's drawn by a child. Might have been a meme. No, I don't doubt it. Countries do that all the time. It's not like countries don't. Like, some countries... I mean, poor New Zealand almost never makes it onto maps in any sort of production. In fact, there's maps in airports they're just straight up not on. New Zealand founded a council. A whole council. Its whole mission, like their mission statement, is to do greater work to try to ensure that New Zealand is put on more maps. Because it's so often that it just gets left off. Just L plus ratio when not putting New Zealand on. The poor guys. They're like, please, I'll do anything. I also can't get a pizza delivered to my address. Where do you live? Antarctica? I've said I've lived here for over 10 years and not once have been able to get a pizza delivered. I'm not living in an obscure place. I could walk to the interstate if I wanted to. I think algorithms of some kind decided my address is too far away from the nearest town, even though a human wouldn't think so. Ooh! Algorithms really just writing Tiger's existence off, just like, no, you cease to be a person. L, you don't get pizza. You get nothing. Nothing. Bro, that's insane. That's genuinely bonkers. Algorithms out here just like, what if we just decided no? What if we just called Taylor up, you know? I'm gonna need so much more deep slate. Oh no, I'm gonna need so much more. Oh no, there's gonna be so many stacks, man. Come on, man, come on. Don't do me like this, man. Come on, man. You don't gotta do me like this, man. Come on. Ah, jeez. I know for a fact it got a slap in an Asian country for a 13 plot line or something. I can't remember the name. I don't know. Albania and Serbia. 9-dash line? That sounds right. How do people forget New Zealand? It's literally we're Lord of the Rings. It's not that they forget. They just like it just doesn't get included on the map, which I guess is yes. Sorry, they forget. It's not like I don't know if it's like for some. I think it's like in a lot of airports, you'll see sculptures of the planet, and they just don't bother to sculpt a little chunk island to put off the coast of Australia. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's a whole country of people that you're just like, no, this is not on the globe. Actually, I've seen maps straight up that didn't have Japan on them. Like, I have straight up seen a map where they just forgot Japan. And I was like, huh? How did you forget Japan? Like, of all places to forget, how? On the pepper, which is French for they shall not pass, which is the motto for the Battle of Verdun. Hey, yo, wait, that's sick. Elite DoorDash drivers can find it. LMAO. Wow. I need more deep slate. Deep slate, my beloved. I must have some mind. If I don't, I'll mine it off screen. I've been trying to be a bit better about like mining off screen now, because I don't know. I'd like to get projects just kind of underway. I would like before the end of summer to have completed the factory and to have a good chunk, if not completed, the Crystal Palace over there. Bold, I know, especially because there's potentially 2 to maybe 3 streams I have to miss in the future. In August, I might have to miss 2 to maybe 3, which I'm sorry, but yeah, that's, you know, might have to miss those. Don't really have a choice. I wish to keep my job. And they may or may not have made it a request. And I was like, ooh, is it possible to not work on those nights? And they were like, no. And I went, ooh. But like, it wasn't even the 9- line. It was just a line, like a silly pirate measure trap in a children's story. And they took that personally. They saw that and they went, oh no, it ain't happening. I'm over my dead body. Just loaded the Glock. They were ready. And ba ba da ba ra ba da ba ra da 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 dum da bo ba. How dare you have responsibilities at a job? Well, I feel bad. I hate missing streams. That's gonna like, I think that's gonna genuinely quadruple the amount of streams I've missed in a given year. I rarely miss stream, man. Like, that makes, like, 2023 over 2022, I will now have, like, if I miss all 3, oh my god, that's gonna, like, including last Friday, quadruple the amount of streams I missed. But it's fine. It's not fine! I like streaming. And I hate missing it. Throws my whole week off. That's not like seeing you guys. I like chatting. I'm like a lonely old person. I like when the kids come visit. I like eating my pudding by the window. You guys come by and I'm just here like, oh, the gaming companies back in 2010. And you guys go, uh-huh. That's nice, Nap. And I'll go, thank you. What? Oh, can I have more pudding? No, drink some water. Please. Oh yeah, Calum is big France. Mans is a Frenchman. Capitaine. You know what? I'll say it though, Calum. France really went downhill after the bow with the big hat swish went out of fashion. Mind you, that was like in the like 16 to 1700s, but still all downhill after hat swish went out of fashion. Where if you meant if they met like another person, they'd like take off their hat and swish it back and forth a few times. It was like their version of a bow. It was great. It was so excessive. It was so excessive and I loved it. It's only the motto of the city ever done. What is it? What is it? Tell me. I wish to know. Nice. I'm gonna have to figure out how to hook up my Wii, man. I'm gonna figure out how to hook up a Wii to play tennis. This is... What am I doing? What am I doing? I mean, I know the sub goal hasn't been hit. I just don't trust you, absolute rapscallions. Like, I feel like I'm gonna post it next stream, and people are gonna be like, do it. And I'm gonna be like, no! And it's gonna just obliterate me. I could be wrong, though. On ne passe pas. But it'll be silly. Oh, I will eviscerate the fools that want to play tennis against me. I will end them so quickly, like you wouldn't believe. I wonder, is it even a stream category? Is Wii Sport a stream category? It must. Surely they must have it on file. And if they do, by God, I'm ready. I'm so ready to see if that's like a genuine category I can use. Like, like, no one must be streaming in that category. It'll just be me. I'll be top of category. I'll be top of category no matter what. It'll be wonderful. I'll just be like, yeah! You also missed the slight correction on the interesting info. What we should, that it was like a motto of the city and not of the whatever. Yeah, well, speaking of Australia, where do you learn that anyway? That's sick. Wii Sports has much less of a connected universe than Resort, but I'm using mine eyes to explore the map, see if I can draw the connection. Yeah, the bowling alley is actually on the Resort. Little known fact. Little known fact. The bowling alley is on the Resort. No one wants to admit it. No one wants to admit it, but that's where the bowling alley is. That's where it takes place. They tell you it's not, but it is. It is. They tell you, no, surely not. Surely. They would not put a bowling alley on that island, but they did. They did. They thought they could hide it. They can't. It's right there. Bowling alley. Hidden right behind the fencing area. They tried to make you think it didn't happen. It did. It did. The bowling alley is a building in a new town and resort, and the original bowling alley in Wii Sports is part of the sports center. No, the original. The original is in the... No. The sports center is on the island. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. It's the deep state. The deep state doesn't want you to know. But it's true. It's true. They put it there. It's underground, actually. The little sports center. It's underground. It's in the bunkers. It's in the bunkers that they have in case of emergency volcanic eruption. It's not unlike the bunker they have in Norway, in Helsinki. They're ready. They're ready at any given point. Isn't Helsinki? Wait, is Helsinki? I meant Finland. I don't know why I said Norway. I think Helsinki. Wherever Helsinki is, they have a bunker. They have a massive bunker. It can hold over 500,000 people. It's a tremendous bunker. It's a really good bunker. Take that W. Let's go. I'm gonna revitalize the genre. It's like when I played KOTOR 2. None of you were here for that. I think there are clips somewhere. No, they're not. I actually deleted them. Never mind. None of you were here for it. But I played KOTOR 2. It was the first game I ever played. Oh wait, no, the first game I ever played was Minecraft, actually, because I went to play KOTOR 2 and it wouldn't launch properly. And so I ended up playing Minecraft that first night on my first ever stream in January of 2021. People do play it, albeit a small audience. No one is live currently. No one will ever be live with it. Only me. Only I have the authority. Only I can go live on Wii Sports, and if anybody else does, you will go there and you will end them. You will make them end stream. You will go there and you will be my gang. You will be my gang and force them to end. Do not ever do that. That is a joke. Ow. Wasn't there? Yeah, no one was there. I streamed to no one. What do you mean? Those first streams are literally to no one. I think my first streams are to HiMuse, and that's it. My first stream is to like HiMuse, and maybe Smokey, and that's it. Like no one else. Man, it's like I wasn't there. No one was there. I streamed to like one person. And that one person, they weren't even really there. They were doing other things. They were kind enough to leave a tab open for me. And I was like, God bless you. I still talked my whole way through. I have never understood the people who like stream and are dead silent. Man, even if no one's here, I'm talking, man. You got it. You can't just be like... Oh, hey, someone joined. Hey, how's it going? Because by that time, they're gone, man. Someone was playing Wii Sports on their birthday 3 days ago. I'll kill them in a video game. I'll be sure to tell them to delete their channel. No, wait a minute. I said I was /J. Jetters, wait, please. Maybe... Does Wii have online mode? Can I challenge someone? Can I challenge the Salmon Up? Can I challenge the iced coffee? If so, this is my challenge. Somebody go tell him. Actually, I don't even think any of you watch iced coffee, but if you see him live ever, go tell him. I want to fight him in Wii Sports Tennis. I'll have him in Wii Sports Tennis. I'll obliterate him. I'll make him cry. He plays League of Legends, and I'm gonna be more toxic than even that. My God, I'll end his existence. You just said something much. Oh my God, dude, MJ literally like, whoa, pause, pump the brakes. You said something way worse than I did. I'm just like, yeah, I'll tell him to delete the channel. I'm like, I'll kill him. I'll box him up. I'll send him to Timbuktu. Not a penny to their name. I'll leave them no phone, no identity, no way of knowing, no way of getting home. That's what the Aristocats did, man. That's what the Aristocats did. They sent poor Edgar to Timbuktu. No identity, no money, no name. Dude was probably starved half to death because he was in a crate. They just sent him to Timbuktu. Literal Timbuktu. Which I'll have you know, as a child, I thought was a fictional place. On account of the fact I never saw a map. Oh my God. Good Lord, Caleb. Caleb. No, too far. Bro. You can't go Cartman on me. You can't go. Oh my God. I straight up, I thought Timbuktu was like a cartoon place. Like just not real. And I was like, and then someone was like, oh man, I remember somebody like, and for a fact, I believe this to this day, that they also didn't know it was real till they did. And then they now hold that above people where if somebody says they don't know, they'll go, wait. You don't know? You didn't really think. They're like one of those people. Where it's like something that like, yeah, sure, lots of people were bamboozled as a child. In a video game, yes, in a video game. Chatters. By actual, like, by rules of Twitch, do have to moderate that kind of talk. In a video game! Oh my God. It sounds like something a person like that would do. Oh my God, it was the worst. It was the worst. You were like, oh, you didn't know? You didn't really think? And I was like, no, please. Oh my God. Anyway, cheers! I'm probably gonna end up. It was really fun. I'm so glad. I was glad to be able to stream again. I missed you guys Friday. I hope you guys go see Barbenheimer. It's a very good, great double feature, but also just a fun movie individually, each on their own, totally worth seeing. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you probably Thursday and Friday of this week, as we're probably doing an extra stream for Totally Human. Oh, I forgot. I have news to share. I've had the in-person consult for a top surgery, POG, and it looks like once I get the requisite letter from my therapist and it gets approved by insurance, it'll go for its good. Let's go, man! Woo! Dude! Tiger, congratulations! That's awesome! Oh my God, congrats! You must be thrilled, dude! That's awesome! Congrats! I'm so glad that it's going so well and like is like not a process that's absolutely dragging itself out for you. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Best of luck, man. Oh my good gracious. Oh man. GG. There we go. Oh my god. He saw it anyway. Of course I saw it. Oh man, I said it at the beginning. Always at the beginning. Of course. Anyway, chatters, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Or week. Good one. I didn't stream Friday, and now I think I'm streaming Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week, chat. Hope it's good. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye, chat. Bye.